All right, everybody get up in here. Get up in here. Thug's talking crazy. Thug is talking crazy, ladies and gentlemen. He's kind of talking crazy. I don't know. I don't know if it's crazy, but he's definitely saying a lot right now. We gonna react to it. Just a little quick live stream. Hold on, we gonna share that out on the Twitter. Young Thug is talking crazy about Kendrick Lamar. Young Thug's talking crazy in general, to be honest with you. And at this point, it seems like somebody has all the files on his head top. This is crazy because I don't know. I feel like if they start leaking calls from the beef, like during the time of the beef, and we start seeing what Thug was saying, imagine if he was saying something about Drake. We know he's talking about Kendrick for sure, right? But I already heard a little bit of this, but very interested to see what else comes from this. I wonder if there's going to be any more calls or any more things leaked. I guess we'll see. But all right, let's get into it. I don't want to waste no more time. I'll do a little quick react to this.
Future grocery bag. Say again?
I hope he do it.
So do I.
Wait, hold on.
Well, even if you don't.
You supposed to be a nigga blessing niggas. That's why these niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. That's hilarious. Oh, Thug has jokes. He's just mad that he didn't want to be featured on his album. That's crazy, bro. You don't have to do all of that, man. All right, let's see.
Kendrick. Future grocery bag. Say again?
I hope he do it.
So do I. I mean, well, even if you don't get.
He don't take no money, do he?
No. He wouldn't do that.
They think he's gonna take his bread.
But think about it. He does so few verses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just doing verses. Like,
right.
That's true.
But that's
the only other person that gets a Kendrick versus King is Baby King, and that's like his cousin or his nephew or something.
Right.
Yo, you know what I love? You know what I love? That it is not easy to get a Kenny verse. Like, you gotta work for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think Thug says later on in this little clip here. He's like, oh, that's why he can't be bigger than Drake. Drake has really cooked how this whole hip-hop thing gotta go or should be going. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's getting a feature of his Drake, and that's the only reason why they like him. And it just really upsets me that none of these guys can admit that's the real reason why they like him. You guys genuinely didn't want to be friends with this guy, or you would choose to be friends with him, but he has the machine. He has the money. He has literally the button behind him. Of course, you're going to want to be buddy up with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. I don't understand why these guys can't just admit, yeah, I'm with Drake for, selfish reasons. Like, I want a number one. You know what I'm saying? I want a number one hit. Like, I don't know why they can't just flat out say that, as opposed to just like, Drake's my bro. We go way back. Drake's my bro. Ride for him. Like, you guys only want money. Right. So that's the whole reason why he's upset here. You know what I'm saying? He just wants a Kenny verse because he wants more bread. You know what I'm saying? They only look at it for like monetary reasons. It's crazy.
Getting all the damn verses to this nigga, man. What the heck you doing, crazy? All that fake. I ain't getting no rapper songs. I don't be liking them type nigga like that.
Oh, what are you talking about? What?
Why?
You nigga get too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why wouldn't you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like, you ain't like goddamn Strict calling you for a song, Like,
yeah.
You really got Lil Durk calling you for a song, Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar calling you for a song. Why?
Real superstars, Lil Baby, Thug, and Durk. Now, Lil Baby has fallen off. Thug, you got a Rico, and Durk is locked up. Oh, the times have changed. That is insane. I get it. You got to have the confidence in yourself. I'm the top guy. But it's like, yo, it's just like this. It's like when Lil Baby said, oh, that side of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you guys are just so in your world. Yeah, you guys make music for the streets and the strippers and all this stuff. And that's not like the only demographic to make music for. It's not. You know what I'm saying? But these guys act like that is the only thing, right? Because they're talking from a perspective of we're the lit guys, right? We make lit music. It's better than that rap shit, right? We're the superstars. It's like I wouldn't really ever consider these guys superstars. They're very much talented. Well, you could say we're talented, right? They very much were good at what they were doing with the trap sound. But when we're saying superstars, I'm thinking like the Kendricks and the Drakes. Those are superstars. I wouldn't really consider Young Thug a superstar, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, right? Just I wouldn't really consider him up at that tier of artists. But maybe you could argue with Future, right? Because I think Future is way more influential, you know, from Atlanta as opposed to a Thug, right? But that's just my opinion. That's kind of just how I look at it. I don't really like how they're already talking from that perspective. It's kind of similar to Drake. Like, we're the lit guys. Nothing is better than what we do, right? You guys want to do that, like, oh, you care about lyric stuff? It's like, come on, guys. Let's be realistic now, bro. Let's be realistic now. And Thug was the one riding for Kenny, like, what, 4 or 5 years ago when French Montana said that craziness? So what's going on here, bro? Is this all just because he didn't want to get on the album? Like, and then he bought this album? Isn't this the album? Oh no, that was Gunna's album. That was Gunna's album. All right. But hold on, if he did buy Gunna's album, then what's to say he didn't buy his other albums? Right? Now we actually have to start asking those questions. Let's see. I'm so glad I caught this. I shared this out. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's get into the rest of this here.
When you do the song, we lit, and we going number 1 too. Fuck you thinking? You know, it's just like, I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life.
Ooh, that's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake, because you're supposed to be blessing. Well, yes, I do believe you're supposed to give out features. You want to give out blessings when you're an artist and you're in the position to do that. But you ain't just handing them out to everybody, especially when you're doing all of this. Like, imagine he goes and does a verse with Thug without knowing that this is how Thug acts behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never getting that Kenny verse now, right? But more importantly, it's like, you have to deserve this. What makes you think you just deserve a Kendrick verse? I get from their perspective, they're like, how could you even think like you got to think like that? Like, how could you ever put yourself on a pedestal and be like, oh, you don't want to, you just want to kind of pick and choose who you work with? That's how it should be, right? But Drake, he's like, I'm gonna work with everybody because I want all the sounds. And it's like, now all these other artists have gotten used to that and they expect that. So they're like, see how Drake just giving out features to us? You got to do the same thing. It's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the standard. And I don't think that should be the standard, at least for an artist that really wants to make an impact with his music. And to be honest with you, I would say Future's music is more impactful than Thug's, and it's trap. So you can only have, I guess, a certain amount of influence, at least positive influence, because it's not really that positive, right? But Future, I think, is more influential than Thug, you know. So for Thug to be talking like this, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me, but it just kind of reveals that they were very much in their own mentality. And when you really think about it, Atlanta ran the scene for the last decade, so they very much feel like the guys. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it, but this is flawed, bro. This is flawed. Drake's blessings are conditional. Yeah, I mean, like we could do a whole discussion about all of that too. Like, I don't want to make it too much about Drake because they're gonna be like, "You're making it about Drake." Oh my god! And I'm just tired of hearing these guys, bro. But it's facts. It's facts. That's just really what it is. There's always gonna be a reason, right? Drake is not doing this because he wants to help Atlanta. He's doing it because I could take some of their shots. The only thing is with Drake, I don't like too, is that he doesn't admit that either. Like, both sides need to admit that they're using each other, right? And that they gain from each other. Drake is in the position where he's like, I don't take from them, right? I put them on. That's like his perspective. I put them on. It's like, okay, yeah, you may have put on some smaller artists, but you are going to them, right? So you have to add that in as well. At the same time, you are taking something from them and they are taking something from you. So it works both sides. But neither side is able to admit that, because the other side is just like, oh, we're bros. It's genuine. It's real. We did a freak off. Like, bro, come on, man. Let's just keep it 100, bro. Stand 10 toes on what you're saying and what you believe, and stop with this fakeness. Because look, you're gonna be fake. They might record it and leak all your files online, and here you go. Here we go, right? So, all right, let's see the rest.
Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fuck with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick got it. Damn, put a nigga on. Y'all niggas.
He said, damn. He said, damn, put a nigga on. Yo, Thug, I don't know. I think Thug is unintentionally funny. Just the way he be talking sometimes. He be funny still. Oh my god, but this is not a funny situation. Thug, it's not looking too good for you right now, bro. I don't know how you had all these conversations not thinking they were recording. Like, come on, bro. Where's the sense? These guys are always listening. And you know they were sitting on these files. My question is, though, business is business. Okay, hold on. Maybe you guys might know. Business is business is the Was that the last Thug project with like all of YSL on the cover? I don't remember. I think that's what the album was, and that came out like 2022 or 2023 or something like that. If he's talking about that album, then he's saying this before the beef, I'm assuming. I want to know what he was saying during the beef. I actually really hope they have those audio recordings because, man, this is my theory. He's obviously going to be talking dirt about Kendrick. That's fine. Say what you need to say, right? But what, and here's the plot twist, what if he's talking dirt about Drake? I'm so curious to hear what these guys had to say after Not Like Us. Because you remember when Thug came out last year and he was like, I'm a Drake fan. Or was it this year? He's like, oh, I'm a Drake fan, blah, 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 all this craziness. Yeah, but what if you were saying something else on the phone? Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. I hope there's more leaks because this can't be it. This can't be it. This guy, Thug, is a chatty patty, clearly. Look, he just can't stop talking. This is crazy.
Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick, goddamn, put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up you a few hundred M, but you ain't put nobody on though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on.
What? Huh? You didn't put Keem on?
Put nobody on though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Cause the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that.
Well, hold on a second. I understand why the fan bases are so delusional now because the artists themselves actually believe these things too. What do you mean he didn't put Keem on? I went to the Mr. Morale tour. All right. That was 2022, right? Keem had not dropped. I think he dropped one smaller project before he did Melodic Blue, right? Which was before Mr. Morale. Keem had not dropped nothing outside of maybe some features and stuff like that. Kendrick did a sold out tour with Keem as a co-headliner, technically, right? Or opener. And we never knew who the hell this guy was. They sold out stadiums and went around the world together, putting on, his album and then Mr. Morale. They did the Family Ties. They did all the other Range Brothers. And then obviously they would collab and do Hillbillies the year after, right? But what do you mean and put Keem on? The whole reason why we know who Keem is because of him. What are we really talking about right now, man? What are we really talking about right now? And I think that's what it is too. These guys are very jealous. They're like, putting on his cousin, bro. He should be putting me on, bro. I deserve that. That's crazy, man. Come on, bro. The reality shows that Keem has been well put on and actually has probably a more bigger boost than a lot of other rappers that have come out in the last 10 years. Let's be honest. No one is getting a cosign like that from Kendrick out the gate, right away. First album, soft or whatever album, you drop that, boom. Now you're on a worldwide tour with like the biggest rapper, right? No one has gotten that. So what do you mean he didn't put Keem on? Yo, I don't know, man. These guys are talking backwards.
Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? He ain't really help nobody. It's the saying.
Who did he help? He didn't help, bro. I don't know who put these narratives out there, bro. I think there was somebody who made a tweet like last year talking about like all the people that Kendrick has technically put on or inspired or influenced or whatever, because the narrative is, oh, he never influenced no one, blah, blah, blah. You guys only say that because he didn't influence trap artists. Who wants to influence trap artists in 2025? Who cares? Who really cares? 90% of these artists are not making music that sticks, right? You can make music for the strippers and the escorts and the trappers. That's cool, but it ain't sticking. So why the hell are you saying he didn't put no one on just because he didn't put on another trap artist that's going to disappear in a year? Let's be honest, bro. So they want Kendrick to go find a Block Boy JB, give him a hit song that we play in the club for 6 months, and then a year later he falls off, and then that's it, right? That's putting on an artist, right? Like, come on, bro. Like, we just seen, what's his name, McConan the other day. Right now, I know they said he wasn't actually working the restaurant because he needed money, right? But at the same time, look, 10 years. Tuesday came out 10 years ago, right? Was it 10 years? Yeah. Club going up on a Tuesday, 10 years ago. Look at the difference. 10-year span, right? He had an OVO contract, right? Wasn't he signed like momentarily or whatever? Right? So it's just like, what the hell is going on? What are we talking about right now? Just because he didn't put on no dumb trap artist that's going to disappear in 3 weeks, he didn't put nobody on? What are we talking about? If you go to Tip of a Butterfly, there's actually a lot of artists, especially from California, that he did put on that album, right? But because they're not making some freaking stupid banger or whatever, a number one hit to go number one and play on the radio, 8 weeks in a row that has no substance or any meaning at all. It's just a dumb song you want to sing to and turn up to for whatever reason. He didn't put nobody on. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I do listen to, you know, my trap music. I do. I'd be a hypocrite to say that I don't do that or I don't like that type of music. But it ain't nowhere near the level of music that I listen to that, you know, has substance in it. You know what I'm saying? Like the substance is here, the trap is here. I know how to distinguish the two, right? But in no way am I gonna ever say that Kendrick didn't put anybody on, especially because he didn't put on an artist that's not being played in the strip club or whatever. Like I don't have that belief system. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And it's straight delusion to me, to be honest. Or you're just that out of touch. It must be the drugs. It must be the drugs. And it's the artist sharing delusion with their stands. They better leave Keem out of their mouth. Yeah, facts. That's the thing that's crazy. Like, what are we really doing right now? These artists are creating echo chambers. That's what I don't like. They're creating echo chambers to support their delusions. Like, we need more people to hold these artists accountable because they're just out here saying whatever and getting away with it. Like, that's crazy. Thug is showing himself to be a spoiled brat hater. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, like, I saw some people from Atlanta that were tweeting like, yo, y'all don't even know like what Thug was, allegedly, doing behind the scenes, dividing us and stuff like that. I'm like, I could only imagine. But it's so funny now because I don't know about you guys, but like from our perspective, Atlanta was like not I'm not gonna say the Mecca. That's crazy. Atlanta was like the standard. You always heard people say Atlanta helps everybody. All the rappers help everybody, right? They lift each other up. We got to be like them, right? But then now the leaders are like in shambles. This is crazy. And behind the scenes, it isn't as secure as we once thought it was. So it is kind of crazy to see this fall from grace, right? And at the same time, like, Thug, you're showing your hand right now. This is bad, bro. Like, you didn't have the sense to know they record all your calls. Or were you just that stupid or unaware that, or maybe he didn't even think about that. Maybe he doesn't care. I don't know. I don't see the science behind this. I just don't get it. It's not logical to me. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. And God knows what they were. Oh my gosh, it could get worse. Who knows what they recorded? It looks like they got everything, right? So let me see more of these comments. Entitled, delusional, gossipy on a jail phone. What could go wrong? Yo, literally, like, come on, you're a celebrity. You're a celebrity. It's not like you're a regular average Joe like us. Like, if we're in prison, they're not gonna wanna. There's no incentive to leak our calls like that, right? But this guy's a celebrity, and outside of that, you were in a RICO case, right? So they really want to find anything to nail, you to the ground as soon as you come out on your probation because you got a 15-year probation. Have you guys ever heard of that? That don't make no sense to me. I said in my video, 15-year probation, they're trying to set you up. They want you back in prison, right? And now if you're out here saying all these things, blah, 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 still entertaining this stuff, I don't know of the full terms of his probation, but he could be violating his probation just by coming out here saying, I ain't doing all this. Stop. Where is his PR team? Like, where is his PR team, bro? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Drake features have you flipping burgers. It's facts. It's facts. He was locked down, not signed. McConan, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. So they just pretty much like trapped him, right? Because I think he was still in the paperwork after the fact, if I'm not mistaken. That's so weird. I forgot that he was in jail. How do you talk like that on a jail phone? Yeah, these are jail calls. These are jail calls. This is not no home phone, no cell phone. This is the jail phone. What a folio. Meanwhile, Keem expresses gratitude to Kendrick and his music, etc. So what is he talking about? You know what it is? These guys are all out of touch. Thug, Drake, Lil Baby, they are truly out of touch. I don't know if it's because they're doing substances. I don't know, right? I don't know if they're just that delusional or they're just that prideful, right? But when I just don't like willfully ignorant people. I really do not, right? So it's like this whole, like, it's our sound. We're the superstars. We're the guys. Anybody else denying us, how dare they? They could never deny us, right? Because we get the clubs lit. Like, these are the standards. This is what you want to say when your time is up on this earth, that I got the club lit, yeah, for 40 years. So, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The world is crazy right now. If at any point in time you'd want to numb the pain, right? At this point in the world, because things are just hectic all the time. You want to go out, you want to not care about what's going on in the politics and this, and I get it. But at the same time, like, the threat of reality is becoming more and more apparent. to the point where it's like you can go out and numb the pain, but you're gonna have to face reality at some point. And this is probably the time out of any time in world history that people may want to go out and party and numb the pain, but at the same time, they can't, right? They're tired of it. They're exhausted. They don't want to do that anymore. They want to face reality. They want to accept life for what it is. And if they can't, you know, they end down this path, in my opinion. That's just me. Like, make your party music, make your fun music, make your jingle music, your singles or whatever. But at the same time, you gotta get back to the substance of it. You can't just be putting out these lollipop hits anymore. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. And then they look at us like, how does song not go number one? Oh, this and that number. Like, the whole mentality is unraveling online because of these calls. We're seeing, right, how these people think, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. I just had to go on a little tangent there. Okay, let's see. Let's press.
You did all that shit for that. Nigga, you ain't help nobody, nigga. About it. It's the saying. You did all that shit for that. Nigga, you ain't help nobody, nigga.
You said that shit was mid? Hold on.
It's the saying. You did all that shit for that. Nigga, you ain't help nobody, nigga.
You said that shit was
You
mid.
ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't big. Keem love hell, man. Can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out.
Team can't sell no tickets?
Man, watch out.
Bro, what are we talking about right now, bro? What are we talking about right now? All right, Young Thug fans, if you're in the chat, you're going to have to talk to me real quick. I actually saw Young Thug once in my life, and it wasn't because I went to go see Young Thug. He was on tour with J. Cole. That was the only reason why I saw Young Thug, right? It was the KOD tour, so I went to that, right? And Thug was actually pretty good live, better than I thought he would be. He was actually pretty good with live. I'm not going to lie to you. I ain't never see Thug do a tour like Mr. Morale, ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Whether it's YSL, Thug himself, him and Gunna, Baby, I don't know. Even if he came out with Drake, I've never seen Thug do a tour like Mr. Morale. How are you talking about selling tickets? What tour has Thug done in the last 5 years to rival, not even GNX? We're not counting the GNX tour. We're talking about Mr. Morale. What has he done to rival that? How are you talking about selling tickets? These motherfuckers was going around the world. They had a show in Paris. They were jumping. They streamed it 2 nights in a row, sold out. Paris, they streamed at Amazon Prime. Has Thug ever streamed his concert on Amazon? Has his concert ever been that big to put on a streaming platform? No. And correct me if I'm wrong, Young Thug fans. If you're in the chat, let me know. I ain't never seen that. So how are you talking about selling tickets? Keem can sell tickets. And I bet, you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Keem's going to drop his album and Thug's going to drop whatever the hell he's going to drop, and Keem's going to outsell him. I already tell you right now. Of course Keem can outsell Thug. What is Thug going to say right now that's going to have us like, oh, let's go, number one hit. It's Young Thug era again. What is he really going to say now at this point for us to have that? Y'all tell me. I'm waiting for the gospel album. That's what I'm waiting for. Shit.
I truly believe you do a song. Me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope.
This is what Lil Baby means by, well, you know, Lil Baby showed himself when he said that side of hip hop. Okay, well, your side of hip hop ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't, your music ain't sticking. It's not, because we're just tired of it. It's the same repetitive BS over and over again. And you know what? I did hear that Lil Baby and Thug are dropping something, I think, this Friday. That's going to be very interesting, because I heard a snippet and I'm like, this sounds like 2018. It's just not going to stick, man. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what it is, yo. And I did a video on this just recently talking about like club culture and like why it's dead, right? If you haven't checked it out, please. But you know, the music is a big part of that too. And at the same time, it's just like, you guys would have to tell me right now what club, what event you're going to that has the vibes and the music and everything put together to create a lit night. You know what I'm saying? You guys would have to tell me, right? Because these guys are acting like we're still in that era. That era has passed. Ever since COVID, things have just gotten more bleak, just gotten more cold, just gotten more depressing, right? And reality really set in, because this new world, it's different from what it was before, right? People ain't just going out to go out anymore. And I said in the video that people don't even care to have fun anymore. They go out for the aesthetic, right? Let alone the music not even hitting how it used to, right? So it's like when y'all talk about these people, 21, this and that, blah, 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 you're making music for that demographic, but it ain't even sticking, right? because the demographic they're making music for, they're not even playing the music. That's the part that's crazy. And these guys want to talk about superstars. Thug, I don't listen to that much Moneybagg Yo. I've heard a couple songs though, so I can't really fully speak on him though. But Thug, 21, who he mentioned, Wham, and then I think it was those three he said, right? He didn't mention Gunna. Yeah, you guys had the sauce. I was outside 2016, 17, 18, 19. I was outside, right? Those years, for sure, you guys were doing your thing in the club or whatever. But after that, y'all would have to. What did Thug drop with Drake after 2020? What, Way Too Sexy? Bro, what are we talking about right now, man? What are we really talking about right now? I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Like the purpose of the music that they make, it's like becoming less and less important, right? It's not to fully dilute their side of music, but like the trap sound, at least the artists that are from that era, it's just not sticking no more. It's just not, right? Unless you're Future, because Future can get away with it. But I don't know. Thug could have had something if he didn't go to prison and he wasn't talking all this craziness. He wasn't acting like this, but he is. So here we are. This is embarrassingly delusional. He sounds so jealous. He does. He definitely does. He definitely sounds salty. Just because he didn't give him a feature. Just because he didn't give him a feature. Kendrick Lamar beat him. Ask on every song. Stop it. Get some help. I'm telling you. It's sad.
Trending, like, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope. Trending, like, so it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not the goddamn, not the rap world. You
what? People in the real world and not the rap? What the frick does this mean? What does this mean? Mind you, the real world that he's talking, that's how you know it's delusion. The real world that he's talking about is not the real world. That is not the real world. Clubbing, partying, all that foolishness is not the real world. You can do it. You can go have your fun, enjoy your life, but that is not reality. Boy, you guys make purpose, or my bad, I can't even talk. You guys make music for that sole purpose, right? To numb the pain. That is not the real world. That is not the real world. You're not making music for any other reason but to get lit. So how is that reality? Like, did you see how they separate? They say in the real world and hip hop world are separate. This is crazy, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, what happened?
So it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not the goddamn, not the rap world. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real players and cool bitches, lit bitches and players and shit like that fucking with you. Them type of people ain't fucking with you. You're gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You're gonna get the East Coast fucking. East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro.
East Coast isn't rocking. Wait, East Coast ain't got love for Dr. Dre. It's okay. Yo, so hold on. So the East Coast don't got love for Kendrick Lamar. Is anybody from the East Coast in the chat right now? Y'all would have to confirm to me, right? Because I got a lot of family in New York, right? And I know that they listen to Kendrick, so it's like I don't really see that. But hey, can't speak for the entire coast, right? There could obviously be some tensions. I know there's some artists from there that do have some, right, feelings towards him, right? But I don't know. It coming from Thug's mouth sounds kind of weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like we gotta have to do like a reassessment of Young Thug's career, because like from what I remember, Thug and Future were doing their thing, but Future was the guy, right? Future was always the guy from Atlanta. Thug was there and obviously had like, I guess in terms of control, had like control over Atlanta, right? But sonically, at least to me, even when Thug was dropping decent music, Future was the one, right? So it's like coming from you, it sounds very strange, right? And look, exactly, yes, East Coast, and I love me some K-Dot. There we go, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, yo, it's a different time. So you come in to talk about regional or people from certain regions don't mess with Kendrick, the artist bigger than you. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Now he speaks for the East Coast too. Yo, somebody come get this guy. What's her name? Mariah the Scientist, come get your mans.
East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro. You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody.
Wait, what?
Sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody.
Is he getting Kendrick confused with Cole? Because Kendrick, hold on a second. Kendrick's always had features. Cole was the only one I know that did an album with no features. So who is no one? Are you saying Summer Walker, Ghostface Killer, Baby Keem? You're saying Sampha? Those are nobodies, right? Because it's not Moneybag Yo and Little Baby. Come on, what are we talking about? Because I'm assuming he's talking about Mr. Morale, right? So those are the features I'm missing on Kodak Black, bro. What are we talking about, bro? What are we actually talking about right now? He's just talking. This guy's so hurt. Look at this, mind you. This is a 4-minute conversation just because Kendrick didn't give him a feature, right? So it's venting, bro. But it's just like real emotional. His real emotions coming out, and he really feels a way about this. This is crazy. What are you talking about? Huh? Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I like K-Dot. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out the East Coast. He's just saying anything exactly. And Baby Keem. Yup. That's what I'm saying. I think there is. Was there any more features? I think. What's her name? Amanda. I don't know if it's Pfeiffer or the artist that sang on what's the song called again? Die Hard. Yeah, he had her. He had what's his name? Oh, frig, I forgot what's his name on the song too. Who's the guy on Die Hard? I'm gonna look this up, because now it's pissing me off. It's Amanda Pfeiffer, Kendrick Lamar. Blast, yeah. I think that's how you say his name, Blast. Yeah, so he had Blast on the album. So what are we really doing right now? Are these nobodies to you? Summer Walker's a nobody? Are you crazy? Ghostface Killer. Like, I don't like that they keep revealing this, it's just this mentality that we are the only ones that are lit. Like, they really think that. They actually think they're the only ones that are lit. That's crazy to me. Yeah, Blast. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Taylor Page 2. Oh, yes, we cry together. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't understand how, because I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't never listened to a full Young Thug album. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have never listened to a full Young Thug album. I've heard songs. I've heard other features that Young Thug has been on. In my opinion, he does really good on some features back in the day. But never listened to a full Young Thug album. Probably never will. Maybe if it's a gospel album, because I do need God. I do need to be saved. So maybe I'll listen to that. But then again, I don't know if I want to be saved by you because you're saying these type of things. So never mind. I take that back. The point is, I just don't understand this mentality of we're the lit guys. You guys ain't shit. Like, let's live in reality right now. You make music for clubs. You make music for people to numb their pain and forget about the troubles in life, right? You also make money for scammers, criminals, strippers, all that stuff. That's cool. Those people exist. We're not neglecting them, but realize your purpose. Realize what type of music you make, or what is the type of music you make, and accept that. That's the problem. And it's the same thing with, the Drakes and the other artists too, why they think that way. They think that the music they make is somehow just superior to every other sound, right? But you have to start telling these artists that the music you make is slop. Yes, we do want slop. All of us do want that sometimes, but you have to admit that's your purpose of music. You make music for that sole reason, to numb the pain, for us to forget about life. And it's not really to benefit us, it's to distract. Why can't you accept that? Right? Because they know they don't want to say it themselves, because they know at this point he's Gangstalicious. Oh my God. My whole life I thought, Gangstalicious was done before Young Thug came out, right? But wasn't Gangstalicious' name Jeffrey? Wasn't that his actual name? And then didn't Young Thug have a Jeffrey album? Boom. I'm sorry, the Boondocks are time travelers. If you've seen the movie Tenet, the guy who made Boondocks has to be one of those Tenet guys. He sees the future and is going, I don't understand. Yo, crazy. I love that reference. Thank you so much for that. That's actually crazy, because I forgot that Jeffrey was named. Jeffrey was his album name, and that was, I think, Gangstalicious' name, which is crazy. That's wild. I can see why he gets on with Drake. To be honest, this level of gospeling is borderline zesty. This is borderline zesty. No, very, very much zesty behavior. But I mean, this is kind of what we expect from that side, right? Like, it's, they're showing their hand. And you know what it is? We don't know any of these people, right? So, like, my interpretation is, like, I could think Thug could be a cool guy, but I don't know him, right? But the interpretation was that these guys were so lit, that they were so cool, that they had everything figured out with their sound. They got the unit. They were the inspiration. They took over the sound and ran it for 10 plus years, right? So you have to give them that. But then you just see all the lameness behind the scenes. It's like, oh man, this is the industry. I don't want to be involved in this shit. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Thug, you don't have the smarts to say, hey, I shouldn't say all this shit on a jail phone call, bro. Come on. These are the fundamentals. The fundamentals. Oh, say word. Starter pack. Should Kendrick have given him a feature, you think? Now, hold on. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what a Kendrick Thug song sounds like. Maybe if it was a few years ago, I probably would say I would want to hear it just out of wanting to hear Kendrick work with other rappers. That's really kind of the reason. It's not because I just want to see him work with Thug. Who's really asking for that feature? Let's be honest with you, right? But that I just probably want to see Kendrick try to make it work and see what he could do. But can you answer me this though? What album is this album that he's talking about? Is this the Business is Business album? Is that the YSL album? Like what everybody on it? Because I don't remember. Maybe I should just look it up. I'm out here asking questions. I can just look it up. I got a phone for a reason. Hold on. Business is Business. Oh, the 2023 album. Okay, that's the one where he's in the courtroom. Oh, I thought this was the YSL album. You guys remember this one when he did in the prison thing, right? When he was in court? Oh, so it was that album. Why did you think you were gonna get Kendrick on that album? What the hell? Wasn't he already in prison at that point? What? I think Drake is on this album too, right? What? Come on, bro. What are we really doing right now? I can never get with his style or music, and the more that comes out, the weirder he seems. Yeah, you know what it is too. Like Thug definitely hit like a Mandela effect type button, or he hit CERN or something, or did a witchcraft spell. I don't know what the hell he did, because y'all remember the dress wearing Thug, the nails, the Birdman, and all of that stuff. Y'all remember all that, right? Somehow, I know we didn't forget about that, right? But somehow we just let all that slide, right? Live your truth. I'm all for that. Live your truth, right? But there were some sus things going on there that I think we just completely, swept under the rug, and we didn't really revisit, because that behavior that he was exhibiting early in his career, it kind of makes sense that he's acting like this now, because he's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? The sassy, definitely very, I don't know if it's malicious. I don't know if I should say that word, but like petty. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird energy. And it's like you probably exhibited these things back in the day, and we just didn't really care to know fully in depth. It was all just Young Thugs wearing a dress and this and that and all that. And that kind of just took the news. We never kind of deep dived into his character at the time. And now we have to, because we're seeing it play out, right? So it's crazy. Thug didn't think the calls would be leaked. What? Come on. Like, you created so many enemies with this case. Why didn't you think the call would be leaked? Right? At most, you have to say they could possibly leak my calls. So I should probably be careful. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't care. So maybe he just doesn't care. I'm actually going to probably go with that now. I think he just doesn't care at this point, because there's no way he doesn't know. You're a grown man, bro. There's just no way. Kendrick don't owe him anything. If we want him to work with Atlanta, we chose Future. Exactly. Let's be honest. And you know what? If Business is Business is 2023, oh, okay. Business is Business is 2023. When did that come out? When did that album come out in 2023? No, I don't want AI. Give me video. June 23rd, 2023. Okay. So he did that June 23rd. And then Like That came out in 2024 in March. So that's like, 8 months or so later or whatever, right? So it was a while. But we don't know how long Kendrick was in talks of doing Like That with Metro Boomin and Future. But I bet Thug definitely felt a way about that too, right? Because he didn't work with him. He worked with Future and Metro. That's very interesting. Because you remember now Thug was in prison tweeting, we got to get back together, Metro, Future, Drake. We got to get back together. Oh, the veil is unlifting. The veil is unlifting. This is stuff we already knew, right? But at the same time, we're getting probably the most clear examples of these things that were very apparent. We're seeing it right now in our face, right? So the Kendrick Cardi feature was kind of random, but somehow it worked. Yeah, I agree. I didn't, honestly, when that album dropped, because he kept pushing it back to like 6 a.m. or whatever, I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. But the whole time I'm like, they're talking about Cardi being on this album or Kendrick being on the album. I'm like, it's not happening, guys. There's no way they're going to make a song. I know they're cool, but I'm like, there's no way they're going to make a song. And they dropped 3, right? Which I like Good Credit and Backdoor. Mojo Jojo's whatever. Like I don't really care for that, to be honest. But Good Credit is my like favorite one of the two. And I always said, I'm like, Kendrick is probably gonna go on a feature run going forward over the next year or two, at least until the next project drops. But now is his time, in my opinion, perfect time for Kendrick to work with more versatile artists, right? Like I think that collaboration was cool. What he did with Future, that was cool. And then obviously what he did with Cardi was cool. They did their thing, right? But I would like him to start working with maybe like a Thames. You know what I'm saying? He can go to Afro beats. He can go, maybe work with Amanda Pfeiffer because I think he's writing her album. She's from Barbados. So he can go mix his sound. There's so many sounds I want to hear Kendrick work with, right? Because Drake can do this blend stuff or whatever, but Kendrick can do that and keep it hip hop and make it sound better. Right, so I want to see what Kendrick can do with a feature run and who he'd work with. Him working with Cardi and now doing the clips, right? I think he's already showing you he's gonna have a vibrant, wide spectrum of features over the next year, and we may not guess them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna probably be people we didn't expect. You know what I'm saying? So I am excited for that. As random as the feature was, I was like, okay, this is kind of a sign that Kendrick is willing to work with different artists. Ones that we're not used to seeing. So I'm all for it, right? I'm just interested to see what he does next. Why does YT feel so entitled? He's not owed anything. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's just a mentality that is birthed from just kind of being not coddled, but yes men around you. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's probably telling Thug no. Or remember, Thug allegedly like ran Atlanta like streetwise. So these people were probably scared to even tell him the truth, right? That's how you birth and create people like this who have this mentality. You should not feel entitled to a Kendrick feature because I know he kind of stuck up for Kendrick when when French Montana was saying that craziness about him. But that's really it. I didn't even know when they took this photo, right? But this kind of looks like damn era. So it's like 2017, 18. I didn't even know they took this photo. So when have you ever had such a close bond with Kendrick to feel so entitled for a feature? And on top of that, everybody in the industry wants to act brand new as if they didn't know that Kendrick and Drake have issues this entire time. So now when you're working with Drake your whole career, you expect Kendrick to come look at you and be like, yo, I want to work with him now? I can't trust you. You're working with my op, right? But everybody wants to be like, I didn't know. Everybody knew, especially the people in the industry. You guys know. Same thing with J. Cole. This is why I love Cole, but it pisses me off. Right, because you knew exactly what you're doing. I don't like middlemen. I said it in my video. I do not like middlemen. Right, but J. Cole wanted to play the I'm naive. Yo, why don't you wanna? It's been 10 years. Why don't you guys click up now? You know those people, right? You know I have beef with someone, right? You know it's serious, right? But then you want to try and be the bigger person, be nosy, and come and try and make things work. And then when I say respectfully, I don't want to do that. Y'all go do your little thing and click up and do your little sneak jabs over there. That I do not like that shit. I do not like that shit. And he's playing naive to what was going on. You knew Cole or you knew Kendrick and Drake had smoke. I'm not gonna go and try and get Kendrick on a feature, right? There's no way, right? And the fact that you're going with Drake, right? It just already shows the side that you're aligning to. Kendrick said, "Okay, bet I'm gonna drop like that," and the rest was history. Here we are, right? So I don't like that. Why does he feel so entitled? You never were buddy up with Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm mistaken. You guys would have to tell me, right? Man was sharing lean cups with mans. Yo, real talk, yo. Like, come on. Like, what are we really doing, bro? What are we really talking about right now? No way. Known his lawyer didn't warn him about FOIA. I don't even think he listened to his lawyer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Dot didn't want to be on record with a mumble rapper. I still understand what Thug was saying on the hook of lifestyle. Honestly, neither do I, but we still sing it. Right? Like, right? But hey, it was lit. Nah, real talk, bro. But yeah, I get it. I think, Kendrick has a limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cardi definitely mumbles and does this thing. Cardi definitely sounds incoherent, at least to me, 60% of the time, right? But obviously there's some ties there, right? I think Kendrick makes the exception if he has maybe a respect for you, but outside of that, just a connection, right? Because Cardi was already connected with Kendrick's people in Compton, right? So it already kind of made sense. I just didn't think we would get that collaboration so soon, right? But here we are. Ain't no way a grown man talking about internet beef on a YouTube live. Do you ever reflect and think you might be pushing? Huh? What? Ain't no way a grown man talking about internet beef on a YouTube live. I am talking about internet beef on a YouTube live. Thank you for the view. You might as well hit a donation or leave, bro. But just know, as long as you're in the comments, the engagement pushes me in the algorithm, which means more funds and success for me. So thank you very much. Hit the subscribe while you're at it, since you're going to be a fan. Let's finish the audio because I've been talking way too long. I've been talking way too long.
You gonna play nobody? Bullshit ass king, like, but it's like,
Yeah,
you do. I don't know. I'm like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody. You ain't gonna play nobody. Bullshit ass king, like, but it's like, what the hell is you doing? You probably fucking with me, wham, dirt. Sam, you probably fuck with us. You probably calling us like, hey man, I want y'all young niggas on my album. I'm on some player shit this time around. I'm on some player shit.
That's
like,
crazy.
Come on, man, God damn. I don't know though. These niggas be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully he do the song though. If you don't, I ain't really giving no damn.
Okay, then why are you talking about it?
This will be good.
Yeah, over good. Continue being rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue being rap, man. Stay supportive.
Yeah.
Put my album cover or something, man. Stay supportive, man. All that. I ain't posting no pictures, 6 years shit, man. Watch out.
I said all that. I ain't posting no pictures. Yo, they're so mad that he stays low key, bro. They're so bad that he stays low key. And yet you come here, comment. You're trying to distract, but you're only highlighting. Yeah, I don't understand it, bro. But you know, people live miserable lives. It's fine. You know, people gonna have negative things to say. They don't have a purpose in life. This is what they do. They come here and air out their grievances because they ain't shit. That's just life. You have to take it for what it is. But get your subscribers up, sir. My good sir, get them up. But Kendrick sold out a stadium in his city. In his city, yes, ATL, yes, and brought up Cardi. Let's not forget that. None of these guys is doing stadiums, talking about selling tickets, by the way. Let's just talk about it. And I do have to leave soon. I forgot. The time has went by. I spent too much time talking, guys. My apologies. Unless I'm mistaken, all of them together has a sold out stadium. Yeah. They have not. We have haters because you're winning, gang. You already know what it is, man. I don't care about this. I don't care about this shit, bro. But I do appreciate that, bro. You already know. Get that waste you out the comments. Yo, honestly, how can I do that? I could do that. Put user in a timeout, ban user and delete their comments. All right, yo, what do you guys think I should do? You know, I'm a nice person, all right? I'm a forgiving person. If this guy apologizes, maybe I'll let him be. But do you guys think I should ban him? Or should I put him on timeout? Tell me timeout or ban before I continue. Oh, my laugh sounds so evil. But listen, I'm a nice guy. I'm a fair guy. All right? I'm a fair guy. That's all it is. Guess Ken and Gunna got the last laugh. Yo, they really did. I actually saw Gunna at the concert. I don't know if it was the LA show or the New York show. I don't remember which show it was. Gunna was there. I actually want to hear a Kendrick Gunna song. I kind of want to hear that now. And that might actually, oh shit, that might actually happen. Yo, because before all of this came out, I still wanted to hear that collaboration, but they were really pushing that snitch label on Gunna. And I know Kendrick really don't give a shit, right? He already mentioned him in Euphoria, right? But I thought that might affect the possibility of them collaborating. But now that this stuff came out about Thug, 100% that collaboration can happen now, right? Like, yo, that's gonna be crazy. Just imagine. Still in here hating on the middle of the day on a live LMAO. Don't know for right now from the man. Then respects. Keep these niggas away from me. Keep all my blessings faithfully. Keep my essence contagiously. That's okay with me. I burned this bitch down. Don't you play with me or stay with me. I did it with integrity. And these niggas try to hate on me. Just wait and see. More blood be spilling. Just paint to me. Let them know. I appreciate that. Timeout, mute. Timeout and mute. I got one for mute and one for timeout. So you know what that means? He's getting banned. You got banned. Sorry, you guys didn't give me a decisive answer. All right, go make another account and run it back. Push my engagement up. Come make another account and run it back, my good sir. Where's the audio so I can hear it? Or maybe K-Dot just doesn't like fuck. I can see that. Yeah. Maybe I'm complicating it. Maybe I'm over complicating it. Maybe he just doesn't like him. That could very much well be the case, right? Sorry, yeah. Where is the audio so I can just hear it? Sorry, it's on Twitter. Go on Gunna Daily on Twitter. Sorry, I keep pausing, guys. My apologies.
CG shit, man. Watch out. Nigga don't care about all that shit, man. Nobody don't give no fuck about none of that. I guarantee you, your first post you post, that motherfucker gonna do 1 million or 2 million likes. You can get out in the next 16 years. You not finna get on here and get no 100 million likes on your post. You're not Kim Kardashian, man. So whatever you call yourself doing with your internet, and if you just want to prove like, oh, I won't be on the internet, what is that proving? What they do?
Why is it so hard for people like Thug and Drake and these people to understand that we don't live on the internet? Like, holy crap. Like, these people are delusional. I swear on everything. I interact with some people like this, and I'm just like, you're delusional too. I'll tell them to their face. We don't live on the internet. We have lives, bro. So my apologies that I want to be a low-key artist, right? Kendrick is living the way that we should all wish to live if we're in the industry. Why would you want to post all your shit online? Why do you want everyone to be in your business? Every scandal, every breath of air you take, they're going to be micromanaging and looking and seeing what, oh, you breathe wrong here. Do you want to live your lifestyle like that? Like, I don't want to live my life like that, respectfully. And on top of that, you don't know what somebody's going through, right? We already heard about what he was doing in those years on Mr. Morale, right? So it's just very arrogant. And I don't like how people have this mentality now. It's just so weird. Like, I'm getting too much flack for being low key. That's crazy. I can't be low key. Yo, we are cooked. We are cooked. Why would he be on the album that Drake co-produced? That was the one that he co-produced. Yes, because Drake was on the album. I remember he shared it out while this was happening, right? And okay, that makes sense now. And it's like Thug should know this. Kendrick has beef with Drake. What made him go say I want Kendrick on the album? Because he's so influential, right? But then as soon as they deny it, oh, you're too quiet. Oh, yeah, you're too low key. You don't want to be in the internet. You're trying to prove something. Like, that's the mentality you have. Yo, Streets is done, bro. Streets is done. He talking about Ken yet bragging for a feature. I'm happy Ken said no, because imagine he would have did that not knowing how Thug was giving it up. Yes, time reveals all. This is what I'm trying to say. When people try to come and tell me, right? People try to come and tell me, oh, Drake's songs were better in the beef or blah, blah, blah. I already said from the moment I heard Kendrick songs and the moment I heard Drake songs, I said Kendrick's songs are going to age better. I don't care if you think Family Matters sounds better to you at this moment, right? I don't care if you think the rebuttals and this and that sound better, right? The context of the song is trash. The context of his entire angle and attempt in the beef was trash, right? And you could tell because giving it a month, 3 months, a year later, the music will not age. I don't care how good Family Matters sounded on May 3rd, 2024. It needs to sound good on May 3rd, 2029. It doesn't sound good this date of 2025, a year and a half later. It does not, right? So it's about how things age. These people don't understand that, man. Like, it's just baffling to me. It's just baffling to me. I don't get it. Right? So Kendrick knew, like, I'm glad he made this decision, because imagine, like you said, if he had collabed with Thug and he had these feelings or emotions or whatever about Kendrick, man, it'd be ungrateful motherfucker just got a life-changing feature. This isn't a Drake feature, right? Yes, it'll do some things for you, but Thug and Drake have worked together so many times. It's not special now, right? But Thug and Kendrick, we haven't heard that, right? So Thug knew that's going to get me some sauce, right? Drake alone wasn't enough to sell business. He wanted Kendrick. And when he said no, he started having a hissy fit. Here we are. It's crazy. Thug brought this upon himself. Man should have came out, got straight to the music, banger after banger. He would have been on top. He fixated on negativity, and that's exactly what he got. Exactly. That's all I said. When Thug was released, I said, yo, you're about to go on a crazy run. All Thug has to do is drop a first day out freestyle, go crazy, run it up. That's all he had to do. But he came out, started saying, oh, snitches this, snitches that, Gunna's a rat, right? Then remember when he said that shit about Kid Cudi, right? He said Cudi's a snitch because he testified at the Diddy trial. Bro, why are you talking? We don't want to hear you talk right now. Go drop. Like, here's the thing. I know it sounds messed up to say shut up and make music, but sometimes you have to shut up and make music, right? That's literally all you have to do. It pays your bills. We don't live that lifestyle, right? We have to work. We have to do miserable shit to survive. You get to make music and live your life, have all the money in the world. You got freed from prison off a RICO charge, right? And you have the chance now to restart your life and push your career again in a way that no one has ever come back from. And you come here talking about street justice and snitches and street morality. What the are we talking about? What are we really talking about? These are the people that are leading the culture that say they're the guys. These are the ones that we look up to, that we put in a position of power to control the sound. This is what it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I just don't understand. I'm just so baffled by all of this. Like, it just don't make sense to me. What state you from, or country? I'm from Canada, Toronto. Yep. Good old Toronto. It's getting cold over here. Summer went by really fast. It's already, I don't know about you guys, where you guys are at, but we're already getting fall weather. It's horrible. It's freaking horrible. It's like sweater weather already. Like, how? Don't make no damn sense. This shit bipolar. Kendrick curved this for a reason. You know, he didn't curve Future and Cardi. Exactly. And I don't know Kendrick and Future's you know, how they are now, right? But I know they always were cordial. Future always had respect for Kenny, vice versa. I knew that, right? They were making songs from time. Not even the Mask Off song. Let's go all the way back to 2013. You remember when Black Hippie did the You Ain't Even Know remix, which was that Future and Rocco song? That was the first time we ever kind of technically heard a Kendrick and Future sound together, right? So Future would obviously have to go clear that, and Rocco, right? So I already knew from then they had a chords on this, and you know, they were doing their thing. But then Mask Off, we saw they did their collaboration, killed that song. I wish that was like the actual song, because Kendrick's verse disgusting, Future did his thing, nasty, right? But then now you go to King's Dead. Come on, man, King's Dead, Kendrick, J-Rock, Future. That was a wave. That was a time. That was something special. It was a meme too, right? But like, it hit all the points and it gave everybody. That's what I said in my video about substance and hip hop. Kendrick and Future can really do something special together, which is, I'm kind of mad that they're not really in sync right now together. But we saw it with King's Dead. He gave you the meme ability. He gave you the quotables. He gave you the lyrics. He gave you the trap beats to turn up in the club. They gave you everything, right? And I think that's hip hop at its best. Now, we're going to have music that is solely for lyricism and consciousness. And then we have music that's solely for vibes and numbing the pain and stuff like that. But when you mix them together, when the right artists come together, you can really make something special, which Kendrick and Future, to me, are like probably the top best examples of that right now, because they're two different sounds, but when they come together, you gotta like that. And that changed hip hop, literally has changed it, shifted the culture over the last year and a half. And here we are now, right? These guys are still in shambles. This audio is before the beef. This is from before the beef. So this isn't even the beef audio. Damn. God, I hope, oh man, Thug, it's not looking too good, bro. Kendrick has foresight. He knew Thug wasn't shit. He said to Drake on Not Like Us, Thug made you feel like a slime in your head. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Thug made you feel like you were a slime in your head. Oh, man. I mean, it's just like, it's like, Thug then. Like, you were a slime, but like, you were really a slime. Yeah, that's also another thing. I get the whole YSL thing. I get the whole acronym. I get it. Don't explain it to me. Right? But slime has multiple meanings. I wouldn't want to be known as a slime. Like, that's just me. I get the name for the title and all that, but I don't want to be known as a slimy guy, right? Like, that's just kind of wild to go by that. But hey, we're kind of seeing it, slimy guy, right? So this is crazy weird. Did he try to blow up Kid Cudi? Get Cudi up allegedly. Yes, yeah, allegedly. Let's put some allegeds around here, right? But yeah, he literally tried to blow up his vehicle. What do you mean I'm not testifying? You tried to blow up my car. What are you talking about, bro? What are we really getting into right now? He's a snitch. Who? It's like, you know, when somebody, it's like, whose mask is this? Like, for real, bro. Everybody's looking by like, why is this ever talking? Like, who asked you? Like, come on. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't want to hear none of that right now, man. Drake is the type of person to be pissed hearing white Young Thug wanted a K-Dot feature at all. Look at his crash out over LBJ at the Pop-Up. Oh, I didn't even think about that either. Mr. Sassy, Mr. Nails Painted, he might have a problem with this. Oh, my days. That's crazy. Well, yeah, because nice to be like, what do you mean you wanted a Kendrick feature? I'm so interested to hear what he said about these guys during the beef. Leak those calls next. We need the files. Gunna Daily, we need the files, bro. Drop them. Fam, it's brisk. Yo, trust me, bro. Trust me. I think we have some decent weather today, right? And then tomorrow, but then like for the next like 5 days, it's back to cold. Like, I don't know about you guys, but the last 2 weeks in August in Toronto, Canada, this shit was getting brisk. Like, it went from 25 or whatever, a nice sun. You can wear your shorts, shirt, tank top, whatever. We're sweating outside. Next week, tracksuit, jacket. I'm like, why is it so cold? To the point where we have to put on the heat in the house. Canada's weather makes no sense. I hope you guys don't have to deal with the same bipolarness too, because it's just like you got to dress for every season every time you go out because you never know. It's just like you literally never know. I love Toronto. I'm in Michigan. Hey, shout out to Michigan. You right across, you right there. We close. So you probably have maybe some similar weather. So you understand. Shout out to Michigan. Shout out to Michigan. I have some family over there. Kendrick was on a song with Future and Wayne on one of Mike Will's albums. Oh, yeah. Wasn't that album from was that like 2015, 16? Like it was before Kendrick did Humble with Mike Will made it, I think. Right? I'm gonna have to look into that. I think I remember the project you're talking about. I don't know if I did listen to that song though, but I feel like I remember the album. We are supposed to have that variety. Beware of those that just want you to stay numb. I agree 100%. That's kind of where I stand, right? Like, to me, I prefer conscious, lyrical driven, substance driven music, whether it's hip hop or whatever. Right? That's just me. I will always prefer that over anything. I'll put that on wherever I'm at. Don't let these people say, oh, you won't put that in a car, you won't play this in front of girls. I play that shit. They like it too. Okay. So at the end of the day, the people that you surround yourself with, I think, are a reflection of sometimes of the music that you may listen to, right? Sometimes that might play an influence into what you listen to or the lifestyle that you live, which then may play an influence into the music you listen to, right? So the people around me, kind of the same, right? They like substance, they like consciousness, they like all that stuff. I do like my, I guess you could say slop, right? I do like my trap music too. I do listen to that. It has its purpose, but I would never put it above. And at the same time, I value the balance. That's all I want. It's just the balance to be returned, rather it being just vibes, because that's the notion that they're preaching right now. That's the perspective they're supporting. Just vibes. It's not a balance, right? Like what I'm saying. They don't want conscious rap at all. They want you to not think anything. They want you to literally just be there and listen to the music. And then after the song is done, play it again while you're going to sleep so it gets more streams, so that you can go on Twitter the next day and brag about how the artist that you like more has more streams, which is not paying you, by the way. You're doing this shit for free. That's the problem. That's the problem with that side, right? So the power needs to shift back to the conscious side, and they need to control it. And artists like Kendrick can handle the balance and do it properly, right? But as long as they're running this shit, hip-hop's done. Hip-hop's done. Look what has happened, right? Look what has happened. The genre has been on a decline, right? Since what, 2023 or some shit like that, right? So what are we talking about? It wasn't until Kendrick dropped all those singles and Did Not Like Us and all that shit where things went back up again. So come on, let's get the balance right. And anybody that doesn't want to respect the balance, get the hell out of hip hop. I like that. Y'all let me know what you think. Why Thug get a Baby Keem? Why Thug get at Baby Keem for? Yeah, that was so weird. That's so weird. Now, if Kendrick or Keem come out and say some shit about you, you're gonna be crying. Oh, why sell lifestyle? Like, bro. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. I know some shit about that make Gunna wanna like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks. Yo, I'm playing Euphoria after this, bro. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear what Thug said about these guys during the beef, bro. I prayed to God that those files come out. Holy crap. I would love to see a Cudi and Future collab. Cudi and Future? Didn't they make a song already? Yeah, I could be wrong. We haven't got a Cudi and Future song yet? That's kind of super delayed. That's shocking that we haven't got that yet. I'd want to hear it. Yeah, man. Come on. It's Cudi. Yeah, he's called King Slime for a reason. Literally, he's literally called King Slime. He's the head honcho of the slime gang. And that's just what it is. You guys are slimy to each other. Predictions. Don't be surprised if Thug came out and said some crazy shit about Drake. What if Thug is in there laughing like, yeah, he kind of right about that. Not like us though. I can't even lie. I don't fuck with him, but like he kind of right though. Like Drake, man, you be trying to use this and shit. Like imagine if he had said some shit like that and Drake gave him $1 million. Oh my God, bro. That would be crazy, bro. That would be crazy. Could you imagine? Who would have thought it would have turned out like this? Yo, the last 2 years, all our legends have been going outside. I mean, I'm not really calling Thug a legend, but like I guess just all the rappers, a good chunk of the rappers that we thought so highly of or respected or put a lot of support into, a lot of them ain't shit. And we're finding that out in real time. It's kind of sad, but it's deserving at the same time too, right? Like, you guys do this to yourself. You did it to yourself. Oh well. They just don't understand why Kendrick don't play whole games with them like Drizzy. Yes. Yes. They just want to have access to him. This is so sus. It's so sus. Like, that's why I said this whole entitlement is sus to begin with. What do you mean you're entitled to a Kendrick feature? And if he says no, and it looks like from this conversation, Kendrick didn't even give them a definitive answer. He didn't even answer back. So it looks like they sent an inquiry and they're already talking as if they got a like decisive answer. So it just makes it even more sus because like you already feel this way, right? Like I didn't even say no to you, but just because I keep quiet, just because I may not respond to you a minute later and play these back and forth, right now I ain't shit. Like that's crazy, bro. What are we really doing right now? Yes, those were his words. That's crazy, man. He really did call himself King Slime. You think Thug can bounce back from this, or is he cooked? After leak audio and warning that the industry will still rock with him. Thoughts? No, I don't think he can bounce back from this. The only reason why is because he just completely contradicted everything he claimed to stand for over the last year, right? If he wasn't so much on this make Gunna a snitch thing, I think he would have been fine. If he came out and just I'm gonna drop an album. He should have dropped the first day out song, right? Like a proper song or an album or something, right? Because I know he has music, right? But he should have did that and then get to working on a proper project, right? I forgot what the album was called that he did with J. Cole that J. Cole produced. I think that was his first album that like did really well, like his most successful album, because J. Cole actually sat down with him and told him to produce a proper body of work. He's gonna have to do something like that again. Or he would have to do something like that again in a perfect world, you know, for things to kind of go in the way that he wants to. But not only do you have all this, you know, not only are you contradicting yourself, right? Not only do we not know what other files are coming, so there could be more damage, right? But you admitted to botting, right? Your music. Like you yourself admitted to botting an artist or your album's music, whatever it was. Now, when you put all these things together, when he drops his next body work, we're not going to believe in the stats, right? We already know that if he gets the same government mandated features, it's not going to stick, right? And if he's going to continue to double down on this, oh, I'm not a snake or whatever, Gunna's a rat, we don't F for rats, done. It's over, right? So I'm just thinking like going forward, I don't really see it. Who would Thug have to work with for us to be like, damn, let's forget about all this shit that just came out? We don't want to hear Thug and Drake. We don't care to hear Thug and 21. I'm gonna speak for me. I don't care to hear Thug and Lil Baby. I don't care to hear Thug and Travis Scott, right? And these are literally all the people that you're used to seeing him with, right? I don't care to hear him with any of those people. So you guys tell me, who do you think Thug would have to work with for us to say, let's forget about all the BS he's done over the last 2 years? I can't name anyone, right? In a perfect world, if you didn't do all this foolishness, I would say Kendrick. That would make sense. But you don't deserve a Kendrick feature. Look how you're acting, right? So we ain't getting that. And because you're moving like this, you're definitely ain't getting no Kendrick verse now. You might get a sub. You might get a shot because you said his name. I'm pretty sure he said it more than 3 times. And what did he say? What did he say? Was it Element? Yeah. What did he say on Element? I ain't going to finish it for you. If you're a real fan, you know. Thug is never getting that tat now. Oh shit. That's funny. That's actually funny. Not dead ass. I hope you do more of these lives. I'm enjoying the crowd in here. Good people and good energy. Yeah, I 100%. I want to say thank you guys for pulling up. I didn't think that this would get this many views. Like, this is a lot for me, right? I do live every now and then, but I saw this. I'm like, all right, let me go on live. I actually have to go to Toronto, right? But I said, let me do the live first, and I might just end up going later or whatever. I don't care. But, this is important because I mean, I thought that this would have been a call during the beef. I'm sure it's fine that it's not because we're getting context of what's going on behind the scenes, right? But if they do leak more calls of him talking about Kenny and the beef and stuff, I'm definitely going live again, and we're going to continue this. So I want to say thank you guys so much to every single person here that's been entertaining this and has been joining me. I'm going to definitely do more lives, more consistency. I can't even talk. More consistently for sure. So you guys just stay tuned for that too. Thug is a jealous individual. Yeah, he definitely is. Has a lot of resentment. Misplaced too. I understand your weather pain. It's cold here. Yeah, you get it. I don't understand. Like, remember when September was like the transitional month? You still get some heat. You slowly get some cold. I can't even tell you when the last time it's been like that. Canada's weather, we got up until a couple years ago, we got snow in June. I kid you not. I kid you not. And you know what's the part that's crazy? The winters in Canada now, they're not even like heavy snowfall. It's just cold. We'll get maybe like 5 to 6 storms, like throughout the entire winter, and that's it. But it's just cold. And then now you'll get like one leftover storm in May or June, which makes no damn sense. The weather is cooked here. It is cooked. They mad at Kendrick because he raised the bar. You can't sound like Double Bobbin on the track anymore. Yo, no, dead ass, bro, dead ass. Like, that's not cutting it. And they're mad. They're so mad. And mind you, Kendrick was setting this standard before the beef. This is before. So could you imagine them now? They weren't getting this type of access before. You think you could get it now? Oh, you guys is cooked. And I hear some of the West Coast guys talking about something dropping in September. Call me Birdman. I'm rubbing my hands. Is it time for a deluxe? Or am I being delusional? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Dot, can I get a drop? Facts. Can I get a drop? I'm like, nigga, no. Come on, bro. You can't sound like Double Bob on the track anymore. Yeah. That ass. Diversity. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, we love diversity. Power don't need to shift to no sides. Let people listen to what they want to listen to. No, it 100% does. I don't know what the hell you're saying. You're wrong. Guap or whatever your name is. It does need to shift. Right? You guys can listen to what you want, right? But at the same time, you have to admit what you're listening to. A lot of people on that side don't want to admit that they listen to slop. That's just what it is, right? Just like how we listen to conscious music, right? Music with substance. We like slop too, but you can't even admit that that's what you're listening to. You can listen to what you want, right? But the shift does need to happen and go back to the other side. I don't know what the hell you're saying, right? It's just like, go listen to your music. Don't come here and comment telling me let people listen to what they want. I'm letting you listen. Let me comment about what the purpose of your music is. Y'all get so mad every time we do that because you know that's what it serves. You know that's the purpose of the music you listen to. If that's what you're supporting, just admit it. It's point blank period, bro. I don't understand why you guys think like that. If Drake's songs were better in the beef, how was Kendrick declared the winner and selling out world-breaking stadium tours? The Black Noah, I just strangled me a goat. Thank you. Thank you. Also, my cousin said something very, very crazy last week, and I was like, yo, I gotta say this. They say Drake ran 15 years. How were we looking for a hip-hop savior during your run? Somebody tell me right now. They coined Kendrick the hip-hop savior 2013, right? The number one rapper then. From right away 2012, he had the best-selling album or whatever, the hip-hop classic with Good Kid, Mad City. We claimed, and he took the title too, hip-hop savior. If Drake ran 15 years in hip-hop, how were we looking for a savior during his run? He didn't run 15 years. It's that simple. Both. Oh, here we go again with the both won the beef. Yo, get out my live, bro. I don't entertain delusions, bro. Stop it. As they both won, they both lost. You know those people that are like, did nobody won, or they technically both won. No, there was one decisive winner. I don't entertain delusions, bro. Drake won by catalogs and more longevity. It's a rap beef. So whatever catalog you had before the beef doesn't freaking matter. This is what I said when this beef happened. I knew this guy's fan base was going to say everything outside of the beef is how we should judge the beef. So Drake had higher selling albums. He wins in a rap beef. What does that have to do with a rap beef? Everything that you did out exterior to this confrontation between me and you does not matter. This is why I said Drake was going to lose, because he's going to focus on the metrics, just like his fans are going to focus on his music. What Drake music has longevity before 2014? What are you guys telling me right now, bro? Like, you feel like his music has longevity because that's what you play consistently. Doesn't mean we feel the same. He's carried by his back catalog for a reason, not his new shit. So his new shit does not have longevity. Let's deal with reality now, guys. Don't come here telling me both these people won. No, they did not. Being called a PDF file is not how you win. Like, tell me why the F you sped if you criminal. Hey, doc, can I get a drop? I'm like, nigga, no. Oh my gosh, there can't be two winners in every. Yeah, man, tell this guy, man. What are you guys talking about, bro? That's not how winning goes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, the battle had nothing to do with catalog. Drake lost. Thank you, guys. You guys are saying it before I did. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing the comments now. What the? Get the exterior conversation points out of here. We're talking about songs in the beef versus songs in the beef. I don't care if you think that Certified Lover Boy has better longevity. I don't care because Certified Lover Boy is not in the rap beef. So it does not matter. You see how we think? You see how we use our heads, right? Things make sense as opposed to just being delusional. Like, come on, bro. Yes, Kendrick won. However, people got to remember most of Drake's songs. No. Let's be honest. What Drake song do you remember off the top of your head that has come out within the last 5 years? And tell me, because he hasn't gotten the number one hit in the last 5 years. I'll tell you that, right? So then you have to tell me. If I'm singing a Drake song, it's from 2010, 2011, maybe 2012 or 13, because that's Nothing Was the Same. I'm not singing anything that he put out after that like that. Maybe you are, right? But if that even was the case, that doesn't matter. Why are you taking his music that had nothing to do with the beef and saying that applies to the beef? Drake didn't win shit. He's being called a PDF file on global stadium stages. You think that's a win? You think that's a win? And if Drake thought that was a win, he wouldn't be suing. Use your brain, bro. Use your brain. Who's your brain? Like, come on, what are we talking about right now? The winner of the battle has the best songs in the battle. Yes. I forget that people don't have the best comprehension nowadays. You know, I thought Drake had the best song, so his music has better longevity. Does that make sense? We're talking about the beef. No, but his album sold more. He had number ones. He sold this week and he sold that this week. Do you know the lyrics? No, but he sold this week and that this week. And that is why he's a better artist, because he sold more records. I put the sleep playlist on overnight so it could stream more. Isn't that body? No, it's not. It's supporting the artist. This is how you guys think. That's how you guys think. You can't literally trying to rewrite everything. Revisionist history. Stop. We're not doing this. If you want to entertain delusions or you want to spew delusions, go to academic stream. We don't do that here. So what? People still listen to me. Like, for example, we mostly remember Michael Jackson songs. Bro, honestly, Drake supporters, please stop comparing Drake to Michael Jackson in any capacity. It really upsets me. Hearing them in the same breath. Like, you guys don't understand. I know his fan base love it. I'm one away from Michael. Need it. Like, oh, I can't stand this shit, bro. This shit's annoying, bro. Holy crap. We mostly remember Tupac songs and Biggie. Stop talking about Pac and Biggie and Michael and Prince. Talk about Drake. He did not win the battle. I don't need your examples because they're not even doing what you think they're doing. Who is we? Facts. People in general. No. You see people in here disagreeing with you, right? We are people. People crowned Kendrick. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you very much. K-Dot is nowhere near done. I don't know about Drake. Yeah, Kendrick got more in the tank. DJ had said Kendrick is going on a 4-year run, right? So that's all the way to the Olympics, which the Olympics said he will be a part of. By the way, anybody from California in here, I will be at the Olympics. I'm coming to the Olympics. I actually should be coming to California before that, possibly next year. I'm just, putting that out there. But yeah, I should be out there sometime next year, but I'm definitely coming out for the Olympics. That's going to be lit. So hit me up. We're going to be outside. And yeah, when he performs it, that's gonna be crazy. I do think we get another album, maybe like a more conscious album, and then maybe the deluxe, possibly. I don't know, because he still has to drop bodies. Like, we need that song, you know what I mean? But I think he's waiting till maybe this month, but sometime in the fall to drop it. We'll see. You see, you guys misunderstanding my point. I didn't even say Drake is better than Kendrick. We're not saying you said, well, at least I'm not saying you said Drake is better than Kendrick. I'm just saying, no, they did not win. Both of them did not win. There was only one winner, and it was Kendrick Lamar. Whatever delusional excuse you have to believe that Drake also won does not apply. You have to understand that we are not thinking like that. I don't attribute his back catalog to him winning somehow. Right? You can say Drake is still somewhat successful because his back catalog is getting plays, but don't come and tell me he won the beef. If Drake won the beef, he wouldn't be suing. So you could think both of them won. Drake doesn't think he won, right? This is how he thinks he's getting his win, with a lawsuit, right? So go over there and support the affidavits. Come on, man. Come on. What a horrible comparison. Both Michael and Prince were real talented people who brought talent to the music industry. I said, I don't like Drake's fan base comparing him to Michael. This is what I'm talking about too. Like, it was a bad comparison that he made, but it's just the audacity, or I should say the capacity. There's a lot of these people are probably white that are saying this, right? And you can be white in hip hop and just putting it out there. That's nothing wrong with that, guys. Before you guys try and throw spears at me, right? But y'all coming into a space, into a culture that you may not have the most understanding of, and you may try your best, right? But you may not get it. And to me, you to come and say Drake is better than Michael Jackson. Oh, when he gets this next number one, he's gonna pass him. He'll be better. If Drake can get 10 more number ones for the next 5 years, he will never be better than Michael Jackson. Never be better than Michael Jackson or Prince. So let's talk about it. I hate when that example was brought up. I hate when they put their names in the same breath because they are nowhere near the same type of artist. Please, y'all got to put respect on Michael's name, bro. Come on, bro. I understand you, but you're trying to give Drake a win when he lost bad. He lost bad. There's no way to really spin it. Let me scroll down. I'm behind. Hold on, I'm catching up. I think I should have said Drake will be remembered more than Kendrick because Drake has more songs that is all. And yes, they are both talented artists, especially Kendrick too. Had the beef not had happened, you could probably get away with saying that. And despite all the things that Drake has done in his career, music, outside of that, whatever he's done for the Toronto, everything he's ever done, right? Is Drake not throwing all of that away with how he's been acting since this beef ended? So you tell me, sir, right? Depending on how this lawsuit and everything else goes, you really think Drake will be remembered more than Kendrick Lamar? Like I said, if before the beef, sure, maybe I would give you that, right? And even then, that's a stretch because he just makes more genre-bending music, right? But in a hip-hop sense, Kendrick taking hip-hop to a global scale. What I need you Drake fans to do is to understand that Drake does the dance hall, the UK stuff, and whatever else, Australian music too, probably that's coming next. He'll go do all this shit. But Kendrick has taken hip-hop to Tokyo, to South Africa, to Korea, to Australia, to Europe, and kept it hip-hop. He's just as influential and will be remembered just as much as Drake without having to bend genres. That's what you guys have to understand, right? So just because you hear Drake and Target doesn't mean that he's more influential than Kendrick because he just made hip-hop. He's done the same thing too. It's the whole reason why Drake even engaged in the first place. He knew if he beat Kendrick Lamar, his cachet would be on an insane level. He would have read up with UMG and he would have been unstoppable. So don't tell me about, oh, he's going to be remembered more and this and that. You guys say that so confidently, negating everything that he has done in his career just because he doesn't make pop music. Come on, bro. You got pop artists that say they look up to Kendrick Lamar, that want to work with him. All types. The biggest one in the world, Taylor Swift. Stop talking. Please. He's trying to say Drake still won in life. The problem is no one is arguing against that. LOL, focus on the criticism that matter. This is how they argue. And I don't care if Drake won in life. Drake still don't think he won in life. He was not satisfied. The numbers, this is what I also want to say. The stat, money, numbers over everything, materialism, that is not satisfying Drake. It's not enough. So his fan base brag about him being the most streamed artist. I want every single one of you Drake stans to know that is not enough for Drake. It is not, right? He still wants the approval of hip hop, or I don't say he does now, but up until the beef he did, right? This is why he tried to work with Kendrick a lot because he knew working with Kendrick would give him that official approval. Kendrick knew that too. That's why he stayed over there. And that was smart that he did that. Drake made music. Will people listen to it years from now? I don't know, but the legacy is falling apart and he hasn't even hit bottom yet. That's also true. Yo, we need an introspective album from Thug than an album with straight bangers. Talk about your experience in the bin, betrayal, being on the outside looking in, etc. I think that can help. Yeah, honestly, and that would have been perfect for him to do. But now he's unraveling, just like Drake, he's unraveling everything now that he's done in his career. They don't know when to shut up and just stop, right? But it's probably because people are just scared to tell them the truth in their circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want these guys to, bounce back and stuff like that. if they deserve it, because these people are sounding malicious and pretty wicked people. So, you know, I don't think they really deserve to bounce back. But let's say they do turn a leaf. Let's say, you know, God comes through with a miracle, lets the Raptors win the championships again, and Drake turns a leaf and becomes a completely different person, does ayahuasca, he's turned a leaf. I'd want, you know, him to have a successful comeback. But that ain't gonna happen. Let's be honest. That ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen for him. It ain't gonna happen to Thug either. But I don't think we're at that point anymore. Thug just spent the last year saying all this shit, and then now it's like you just look like an idiot. You know what I mean? You just contradicted everything you said, trying to hold and protect some fake street code or whatever. Come on, bro. We gotta do better than this, man. We gotta do better than this. That's what you said, and our responses still apply. Yeah. We will see how it goes. I never listened to him, never will. You talking about Drake or Thug? I can see people who are only fans of Drake and not hip hop as a whole have that take. Yeah, but Drake is a pop star while Kendrick makes music for the people. So, are you saying that someone who makes music for the people can't be bigger than a pop star? I know in terms of, oh, it's a pop star. Yeah, you would think a pop star would be bigger, right? But Kendrick has able to continue making music for the people, like you said, and still remain just as big, if not now, bigger. So what are we talking about? Shouldn't you have more respect for, if you love hip-hop, not Drake, if you love hip-hop, shouldn't you have more respect for the fact that an artist like Kendrick can do that on a global stage? We expect pop music and the genre-bending shit that Drake makes, the popcorn shit, to sell everywhere. It's supposed to, right? But hip-hop, technically, we want it to sell everywhere, but it isn't really expected to. And Kendrick is doing that. So I look at that, I'm like, that's more important to me. That's more impactful to me. I'm not a pop music consumer 100%. That's not me, right? So I don't really care for the pop music that Drake makes, right? So it's like, that's cool that you do that. That's cool that maybe they play it in Target. Okay. They got Kendrick going global on a stadium tour with hip hop. That's more important to me, right? So that's how I look at it. You think Canada will have more popular rappers after Drake is finished? 100%. 100%. I know some of these artists. I'm not talking about regular people that are in your neighborhood. I know the talented artists on the come up. They are here and they are waiting. The problem is, in a perfect scenario, we'd want Drake to uplift us and support everybody in the city. That ain't happening. The people that he's putting on are not the best examples of authentic talent from Toronto and Canada. So when you guys see these fools, you're like, oh man, these guys got no talent down there. There's so much talent here. There's so much talent here. And when Drake is done, it unfortunately looks like that is how the talent is going to have to rise in the city. Drake will have to go and new people will have to come up and replace him, right? But we wouldn't want that. In a perfect world, we want you to not absorb, but support us. Not put us in a sweatshop, right? Support us. Do OVO Fest where it's just Toronto artists, because I don't care to pay $3,000 to see, you know, Nicki Minaj and all this and that. I don't. Right? OVO Fest should honestly be a 2-night thing. It should be one night, every Toronto artist every year. Second night, we bring artists from America or wherever else. That's how it should be. To my knowledge, that has never been done. Right? So I have high hopes and belief that there are going to be some Canadian artists that will step it up, especially as Drake, you know, nears the end of his career, retires or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But we got a ways to go, it looks like. Bro, you are very behind the chats. Although I said diversity back when you were talking about different sounds in hip hop. Oh shit, sorry, my bad, bro. I'm super behind, bro. I'm so sorry. To people who love rap and watch rap battles, Kendrick Lamar is going down here. So he'll be in the Rap Hall of Fame if there is one. Yeah, they most definitely should have. I think they don't have a Hip Hop Hall of Fame yet. Are you serious? They really don't? If they don't, like if they don't have one now, then they probably will eventually, and he'll definitely be in there. Drake fans will remember Drake songs, but hip-hop fans will remember Kendrick. That's the whole point. I don't know why you guys are saying I'm a Drake fan. Okay, maybe you're not a Drake fan, but you're using Drake fan talking points, right? I don't want people coming here telling me that Drake won the battle in any capacity. I'm not going to take you serious, right? And I'm going to assume you're a Drake fan because there's only Drake fans telling me that he won in whatever way it may be. So I don't know if you're like a neutral guy, you're trying to be a neutral guy. That's cool, right? But if you're a neutral guy, live in reality. He did not win. Like, come on, bro. What are we really doing right now? Oh, I'm super behind in these comments. You guys are going crazy down here. Hold on. Because that's what you sound like. Maybe that's your judgment. Oh, y'all beefing? You seem like a dude who don't really listen to rap or hip-hop. I look at both perspectives. Reaching, sorry. I produce for an artist. Being a producer doesn't mean you have a good take. No one is saying that Drake doesn't have a good life or successful career. We're saying he lost a battle of skill. It's simple. Drake had won, he wouldn't be suing UMG. That's true. That's literally what I said. Bro, why are you guys misunderstanding so much and so defensive? Don't come in here and say things that you know are dumb. That Drake won the beef. Don't come in here and say that. And then you come and say, oh, why are you guys getting so mad? Bro, come on, bro. Do better. What perspective is there to look at, bro? All right, let me just catch up to everything that I'm at right now. Let me just get up to the present. He's a Drake stan. I miss the old Kendrick voice, not gonna lie. Good for Canada. He doesn't matter why he's suing. What matters is the negative impact it will have on artists. Exactly. Atlanta still has the biggest rappers from Future, Gunna, Playboy Cardi, 21 Savage, etc. Well, I don't know about Atlanta. I can't speak for Atlanta. It's a bigger place, right? But I'll tell you right now, I don't really care to hear anybody but Future and Gunna. And maybe, honestly, I never listened to Cardi like that. But I did like the music album because the production was insane on that album. I'm not even going to hold you. But I don't listen to Cardi like that. So I can't really fully say I care to listen to Cardi or definitely not 21 Savage. I like Savage Mode 2016, but his rapping style is just very repetitive to me. I just know I'm just over it. And I know we're going to get the same collaboration. So outside of a Future and a Gunna, I don't really see anyone else right now. Or, okay, Jid too. We got to talk about Jid. We have Offset, right? Those guys, I think, could do something. But not like the 21s, the little babies. Like, I think that era of them really sticking like how they were in 2018 is done. They can still drop music and it can sell well, but I don't think it's going to hit like how it did back then, you know? The YouTuber Read My Soul did a good breakdown of this running the game 15 years myth. Oh, I actually subscribed to him. He's dope. He's dope. I'll actually check it out after this. I think the lawsuit is for Drake to get a severance package from the label. Most likely, yeah, he wants to recoup. I think he wants a settlement. That's it. He doesn't really care, you know. But Drake needs to go. No, you see Blue Magic. What are you talking about? Thug came through, Birdman. Nah, person like you. Heels. Who? Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing. Where is his influence? Where are the other West Coast rappers he's influenced? He has West Coast artists. From To Pimp a Butterfly, he's put on West Coast artists, right? You can literally look up compilations of all the artists, not just West Coast artists that have said they had been influenced by Kendrick Lamar, right? All of them have. So what are we talking about? Even some of these Atlanta guys have said that themselves. I don't like this whole notion of where's his influence. Just because Drake didn't, or just because Kendrick didn't put on a Block Boy JB, didn't give a freestyle. So what was the song he did with Lil Baby? Brand New Whip Got No Keys. What's that shit? Yes Indeed. So he didn't give these artists a Yes Indeed or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that doesn't seem, because he didn't do that, it's not influential to you. I want to know what you Drakers think influence is. That's how we get to the bottom of it, right? Because I don't really see the Drake. Okay, I shouldn't say that. There are a ton of artists from Toronto that are influenced by Drake. Where are they? Y'all don't know them, right? That's all I'm gonna say. There's so many talented artists from the city, and whether they're influenced from Drake or not, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the artists that just try to copy what Drake is doing, maintain the behavior and embody what Drake does. Those are the ones that I'm like, yeah, you could say he influenced them, influenced the city or the country for the better. I couldn't tell you that. I really couldn't. But there could be a Toronto artist that blows up 3 years from now and he could say Drake influenced me and he's extremely talented. I can't speak for every single person, you know? But what has Drake influenced? And even then, when you talk about, you know, what he's influenced here, you can't really talk about it. And then you go talk about his influence in the music genre in general. Has it really been for a positive? Has it really been for a good thing? Not really, right? Absorbing sounds and kind of taking people's cultures and using them for your own benefit. I don't think that's influential, right? In my opinion. Because what the fuck is what is the tornado sound? Or I think you meant Toronto. What is the Toronto sound? Realistically, it should be Drake putting the sounds on the map. Exactly. And you know, some people like to say the R&B sound, like that Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door, Drake early sound, nothing was the same, kind of is our sound. I guess I wouldn't, if I had to choose, I wouldn't want that to be our sound. I like that music too. It's cool. It can do its thing, but we should have some real rappers at the forefront of our music. Maybe they can work with those artists, maybe not, whatever. But I kind of want like fundamental rappers, like actual legitimate rappers. A lot of people do autotune in Toronto. A lot of people do the same melodic, lazy style, and that's just the truth. So I'm not seeing the influence. I'm not seeing it, right? But you'd have to tell me. I'm not even a Drake fan, but Kendrick Lamar sucks. His voice is irritating and he ain't got no sound. Well, my good sir, even if you aren't a Drake fan, you caping for Drake because you think Kendrick sucks. It just doesn't look good, right? People are just gonna, think you're a Drake fan. You know what I'm saying? Well, you don't have to be, right? But I strongly disagree with you. I think his voice does work, especially in the multitude of ways that he does it. And that's why he beat Drake last year. He couldn't even handle all the voices. Drake was all over the place, right? So as long as you're able to admit that Drake lost and that Kendrick beat him, whether you like him or not, we cool. Don't come in here saying delusions, though. I'm not entertaining that. I'm definitely not entertaining that. Okay, let's see. Yo, if I don't, hold on. He a Drake stan. Stop it being still has the biggest. Okay, drop the link. Is that no? I guess you're talking about Read My Soul. Kendrick waits 5 years to put out a compilation of poems. Drake is a wannabe pop star. He sucks too. Yeah, but that compilation of poems became one of his most important hip hop albums, and probably will be when it's all said and done. Right? I don't like that you guys use these terms to like downgrade his music. Like, okay, you think it's poem music. All right, whatever. You don't have to like it. That's not even what it is. Right? But to say shit like that is kind of weird, because then I like to ask people who say these things, what do you listen to? Who's your favorite artist? Right? Because if you're gonna tell me some trap artists, then I'm just gonna laugh at you. I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry. You can like what you like, you can listen to what you listen to, but I'm not one of those guys. I will tell you, you can like what you like, you listen to what you want to listen to, but I'm gonna be honest about what I listen to and what purpose it serves. And I notice a lot of you don't like doing that. You don't want it to be brought up that you like slop, and that's the purpose of the music you listen to. The artists, the trap artists, all those artists, they're not making music that does anything for you but numb and distract, right? Why can't you admit that? Because you don't want to. It's point blank, period. I'm not that type of guy. People will come here and say, you let people listen to what they want to. Go ahead. I ain't forcing you and putting a gun to your head, but I'm going to tell you about the music. And if that is something you don't want to hear, get the hell out the live. Future, the guy in ATL right now. Yes. Future has to be careful, though, because he wants to be buddy up with Thug, obviously, and Drake, right? So I think Future, sonic-wise, he's gotten very lucky that he's been able to get away with, what he's put out. But he always makes it work, right? So I think if he just locks in on dropping another dope album, I think Future will be fine. But I don't think it should feature Thug and these guys, to be honest with you. But it's the government-mandated features. It's going to happen. You think Gunna will finally receive more features after he left YSL? I think so. Now that all of this is happening, for sure. Because I guess the whole, label being on Gunna only was what kind of stopped people from actually trying to work with him, right? But, here we are now. Left my Twitter. Hold on. What is this? Sorry, I'm just checking my phone, guys. I was supposed to head to the city, and I stayed on here a little too longer. Oh, well. You think Gunna will find... Okay, I already read that. Rap is rhythm and poetry, so yes, Kendrick is a poet. Not sure what your point is. They're just trying to downgrade the music. I don't like slave raps. I don't like therapy raps. I don't like poem music. He took 5 years to drop. It's not the type of music I like. I like Cash Cobain and Yeet. They're the guys. All that music shit, rapping shit, I don't like it. His voice changes. Why is he doing that with his voice? That's like, I liked when people criticize Kendrick and it was valid before the beef. Kendrick received, I think, valid criticisms before the beef of his music, of his sound, some of the things he talks about. I liked those conversations before. Now you guys just say some dumb shit. I'm not even going to hold you. I don't care if you don't like him and you don't like Drake either. It's still dumb what you're saying. Still sounds stupid. Like, y'all was about to say y'all don't like rappers that write their own songs. Yo, facts. What are we talking about right now? Kendrick ain't got a tree of influence like Gucci Mane and Young Thug. Oh, okay. So you do support trap artists and you think they're better or whatever. Nigga, get out of here, bro. I'm sorry. You about to get me out of pocket. He doesn't have influence like Thug and Gucci Mane. Thug was allegedly a kingpin. Who knows how many bodies and how many people have been locked up and have felt the wrath of his control. That's the type of influence you think is better. All right, bro. All right. Please get out of here with this foolishness. Influence, how many rappers are influenced or copy your sound and aesthetic? That isn't just influence, right? If a musician says you influence me, that is influence. Just because there aren't many Kendricks, right, around here doing the same shit he's doing, which you can even argue that there is. You got Jid, right? A lot of people say he's a diet Kendrick. I would say that to disrespect him, but he's made it very clear how influenced he is by Kendrick Lamar, right? So you have artists that are real rappers, and not even just rappers, pop stars, Afro beats artists, even some UK artists, Lil Sims and all those people. You have people from around the world that make different type of music. Say Kendrick Lamar influences them, right? So just because there's not a Little Kenny, right? But you technically have Little Kenny, Baby Keem. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No one's negating what Gucci Mane did, right? But at the same time, as influential as he was in that sound, it was that sound. It was the trap sound. Gucci Mane and artists like that influenced that sound. They didn't change the genre, right? And for what they did, it was good. I can't disrespect Gucci Mane. I like Gucci Mane, right? But that is that era. And the problem is that the people like you guys who listen to that music, you think it applies to everything. It doesn't. They're not that influential when you think about it. At least to me, they're not. Like, come on, bro. The label's force. Gunna needs more producers. Not gonna lie, because of the 3 of his albums after he got out of jail sounds the same shit. Okay, yeah. So I haven't heard the new album. I heard like one song. You know, it sounds okay. I gotta hear the actual full album to, you know, really deep dive. I'll probably sit with it this week. But I feel that as a reoccurring criticism of Gunna, you know, the music does sound the same a lot, blah, blah, blah. I get that. I think Gunna's best album was his Wanna album. He put it out in 2020. I still play that album. Crazy. If he could kind of get back to that, it seems like he was definitely experimenting on that. I think the album after that was the Pushin' P album, or the album that had Pushin' P. I didn't like that song. I did not like that song. And the album just didn't really stick to me like how Wanna did. But the song that he ironically had with Drake wasn't that bad. Is it P Power or something like that? I actually kind of like that song. I'm not gonna lie. That song was cool, right? But yeah, I don't know. I think he definitely needs to, you know, experiment and kind of branch out with other producers and other sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would be cool. Maybe he could do a collab tape with somebody, like a collab tape with a rapper, and let's see him balance, you know, the rap style with, you know, the melodic stuff that he does. The labels force people to make music to sound like Drake. I know this type of stuff happens in the industry for a fact. I mean, yeah, I know it too, right? But his fans and the people who like this trap shit are like, nah, Lil Durk is more influential. Yeah, it's like all these street guys can influence people to be little Durks and little Durks and little young thugs or whatever, right? But then they gonna get locked up in Ricos. I don't think that's good influence or any type of influence to even compare to artists that actually influence artists of multiple genres. Whoever commented that, the heels, oh yeah, this guy or whoever it is, the heels have eyes. That's your name? Oh, the heels have eyes. Hills have eyes. I guess whatever the hell you're trying to do, play on your name. You sound delusional, bro. To be honest, why can't you name the rappers Kendrick has influenced from their music, messaging, fashion? What the F has Kendrick influenced? He did it twice. Kendrick has influenced hip hop. His album Good Kid, Mad City literally came in and changed the genre. Everybody tried to copy his flow. Everybody tried to copy his swag. J. Cole did it with For Your Eyes Only, right? Other people were Big Sean. He was out here saying, "Oh, people, this and that." He did skits on his album. He wasn't the first one. I did it too. Blah blah blah. This and that. We got Keem. We have Jid. We have artists like SZA herself that says Kendrick is one of her biggest influences. We're talking about some of the biggest artists. Taylor Swift, she said Kendrick influenced her. Eminem has said Kendrick has influenced him. This is a legend in the game saying that, right? You got people like Jay-Z. You got the people, the top dogs who have co-signed and have seen what he has done, right? And have supported it because they see how influential and important he is in the music genre. And you're talking about he doesn't have influence because he doesn't have a little Kendrick Lamar doing the same sound as him? Or my bad, maybe he should influence 10 little rappers to do the same bullshit he does, and then 5 of them get locked up. But that's influential, right? Does the influence matter when everybody's locked up in a RICO? Heels have eyes? Does it matter when half the people that listen to your music are going to go do the foolishness you talk about and go continue the cycle of trauma and violence? Does it really matter? Is that the influence you're really bragging about? That's what I'm saying. This whole substance vibes thing, it's going to start a lot of uncomfortable conversations, right? And a lot of people on that side don't want to have them. That the music you listen to and like is here. The music that we value and we like is here. I don't care if you think I sound crazy for saying that, right? But it is the truth, because what purpose does that music serve? Tell me what purpose it serves. To numb and distract, to get lit and not care about shit. No positives. And we all entertain it, and we all should, but we all should be honest about what type of music it is and what it serves. You guys don't want to do that because you guys know Drake is not influential. Nobody wants to dress like Drake, buy sneakers or anything like that. This dude is wearing FUBU at 40 years old. Damn, that's crazy. Drake is the one being influenced of anything. Yeah. And who has Thug influence? Anybody that Thug has influenced is probably in prison. To go back to the genre bending point, I always felt like Drake was more boring doing that. Personally, I think Childish Gambino was a better version of Drake that never had the machine behind him. Definitely true. I agree. Like I don't know. The shit that Drake was doing with the genre bending just was lazy. To me, it just was lazy. Right? Like it was cool at first, but like then, like okay, let's look at Views, right? What was the song? Controller. Dancehall song, right? One of two, technically, because one dance was another dancehall song, right? So he did the dancehall song Controller. Cool song, whatever. But Tory Lanez, right? An actual person from a Caribbean island did the remix to Controller. I don't know if you guys have heard that. 10 times better because he actually is from that culture. So it makes sense, right? So I agree with you. Like, it was cool what he was doing. But like a Childish Gambino, I mean, all around, he does everything. He's literally the better version of Drake, right? A better actor, a better artist, right? A better rapper. It's there, right? But like you said, they didn't have the machine behind him. If he did, I don't know why they didn't put the machine behind him. He actually has the talent. You know what I'm saying? Like he does everything. I don't know. Well, I mean, we do know, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. There were plenty of rappers singing / rapping before Drake. Do some research. You're talking to me? Or are you talking to someone else in the chat? Because I never said there weren't. Don't tell me that. Features. Kendrick is influencing these artists to be more introspective and speak about their... Okay, you guys are going ballistic in these comments. I'm so glad that's the case, but I'm reading so slow. I'm still at 12:20. Yo, nigga gotta go to the city. What has happened to Party Next Door? Is he still on the tour? I have only seen that boy in the videos. Did he drop out? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I could care less. I don't even see that tour footage, to tell you the truth. He probably isn't on tour. Let's see. Holly Thug was influenced by Wayne. The most influential rappers are Wayne, Gucci, and Kanye. Look at the landscape of the genre. Nobody's influenced by Kendrick Lamar. Incorrect. I'm pretty sure they're dunning you in the comments right now, but completely incorrect. I would say agree with you that Kanye is definitely one of the top influential artists as well. Lil Wayne, of course, as well. But at the same time, well, you know what? I'll give you Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne actually did influence the Kendricks too, right? They definitely get influence from him. So I can't negate Lil Wayne's side of it. Gucci, to an extent, yes. But you're talking about Gucci didn't change the hip hop or music in general. Gucci just changed the trap sound, right? He influenced that. He didn't influence the genre. Kanye and Wayne influenced the genre. They took that shit global, right? To the point where they influenced people and inspired others and knew that they changed music. Gucci, as influential as he was in Atlanta, in the trap sound, even in the culture, it didn't, like, at least to me, you guys have to correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't change the music landscape in general. An artist like Kendrick Lamar did that. Not only with Control, right? Not only with Good Kid, Mad City, right? And not only, you could say with Damn To Pimp, but like you could say with every album was a moment, right? But the beef is the most obvious and recent example because every artist now can't do bullshit music. They actually have to put thought into their music. That is influence to me. You shifted the entire genre that the rappers, mind you, the Drakes, the Thugs, the Gucci, not Gucci, sorry. The 21s, all those lit guys, they can't do nothing now. And you're telling me that's not influential? You're smoking something crazy and I want it. Holy. P&D is stuck in Drake's studio looking for the exit. Yeah, he got him on shackles. Drake's real voice is annoying to me. His rap voice is as bad. You know what I don't like what Drake does? I don't like the out of breath raps he does. Remember on Sicko Mode? And I see you. And I be he's loving who I don't like that, right? I don't like that. When he does that shit, he did it again on First Person Shooter. I just know. Like, I want to wait for Michael. Beat. Like, these guys want to tell me these guys are more influential. What are we talking about? Thug has a lot of influence to artists and young artists. Yes, Thug has influence to them in that sound. He hasn't influenced everyone else. I'm going straight to the bottom. Screw it. I'm just gonna go to the bottom. Gucci Mane and what he did with mixtape influenced artists like Chief Keef to start drill music. You're just too much of an elitist wannabe intellectual. No, I just sound too smart and you can't handle it. You actually can't handle us asserting the right conversation points, right? You guys are just used to people saying, like what you like. I can't tell you what you need to listen to, and I can't, right? You can do what you want. You can, but guess what? I'm going to tell you the truth. And I don't care how much you want to say. Let people listen to what they want to listen to. You're just a higher moral person, blah, blah, blah. What you're listening to is shit. It's shit. It's straight shit, and you're defending shit. That's just the point. Yes. What did you say here? Gucci Mane influenced Chief Keef. I love Chief Keef. Guess what? That's still just trap. You're talking from a trap sound standpoint. You're not talking from music, right? Like, what are you really talking about right now, bro? Kendrick is supposed to be so influential and positive, but every black celeb is being extorted in Cali and killed. What does that have to do with Kendrick? Do you see how you think? This is why you listen to that music. This is why you listen to that music, because you're not that bright. Kendrick is supposed to be the governor. He's supposed to stop every artist. We're talking about music. Now you're talking about artists getting killed. If you care so much about artists getting killed, you wouldn't hold that trap sound that you keep talking about to such a high standard. You don't give two shits about people getting killed and extorted. Stop. Because the same artists that you're talking about allegedly or may have done the same thing. So please stop talking. Trying to say that I'm intellectually more. Man, you guys are honestly not that bright. You're honestly not that smart. Right? And every time somebody that knows what they're talking about says these things and asserts their dominance in this conversation, because it needs to. You guys have ran this shit and have been allowed to say stupidness for the last 15 years. We're not letting it happen no more. Right? As soon as we start talking, now y'all want to say, oh, bro. Go start your own channel and go talk about the trap artists that are so influential and see where that gets you, brother. See where that gets you. You are not smart, bro. Bro, look who you are defending. Look who you're speaking of. You are not that bright, bro. You are not that bright. You are not bright at all. You're coming here talking about influence and you goalposts move the conversation to people getting extorted. If you care about extortion and people getting hurt, you wouldn't be talking about these artists that you just mentioned. Contradictions. Guy's a folio. You're right. These fools reveal anti-intellectuals and elements that keep people mentally oppressed. That's what I said. Mind you, that's how I look at it. You're the enemy, right? The people that want to mentally keep us down and in the slop and bullshit are the enemy, the oppressor, whoever you want to call it, whatever you want to say it is. The devil, you can say whatever you want, right? But if you one of my people saying these same things, right, agreeing with these same notions, you're my enemy too. It's just how I look at it. That's exactly how I look at it. It does not matter. Didn't Gucci? Yo, you know what's crazy? Hold on, I need mods. None of my mods are in here. None of my mods. That's so crazy. I didn't even realize that. I have like 6 to 7 mods. Everybody's out doing their thing. Like, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Hold on, let me go up. I gotta see what he's saying. I put the link on Twitter, so you know you're gonna just get losers on there. So that's probably why. Where's his influence within his city and his gang? He's a gangbanger like anybody else. Are you saying like anybody else? You're saying stupid shit right now, or stupid right now. Let me read it like how he actually sounds. Yo, where's his influence within his city and his gang? He's a gangbanger like anybody else. You're saying stupid shit. That's how he sounds. Yo, there's just no way. There's just no way. Oh my god. Like, come on, bro. You're just saying a bunch of stupidness. Yo, what are you talking about, bro? You guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all scare me. Y'all really scare me. And if I was your parent, I'd be so ashamed. If your mother knew or your father knew what you were saying in this chat right now, I'd be disgraced. My kids will not be out here caping for trash music and saying it's more influential because an artist named Little Trash Bag made 10 more Little Trash Bags. And 5 of them got killed and 2 went to prison. They dropped 2 hits that went on the Billboard and were in the clubs for 3 months. They're so influential. This is how you sound. A foolio and a half. That's what you sound like. A foolio and a half. You ever heard of that? You're a fool and a half. So when you stop being a fool and you lessen that, that other half comes in there too. Like, what are we talking about right now? You guys feel so confident saying all this stupidness. I'm going to be the one to say it back to you and tell you you're dumb. This whole time, we've always had to coddle these people who say these stupid points. And they come and say, oh, we're on a high standard. We're looking down, talking down on music. You're damn right I am. You're damn right I am. I'm being honest about the damn music. Y'all don't want to be honest. Y'all just want to be told that the trap music and the trash you're listening to, right, is good. It's not. It's not. Heels, when it comes to comparing, you can compare a Young Thug and Future or J. Cole and Kendrick. That's a more accurate comparison. What are you talking about influence? Mind you, the trap artists aren't global artists. They're not selling out stadiums. They're not doing big tours. And if they do go do concerts, they barely can because they get shot up or the police shuts them down. So please tell me, how much influence do you have? That boy wakes up on his knees, meat eating. Definitely. You don't compare hip hop versus trap artists. That's what I'm trying to say. You're comparing real rappers to trap artists and you're saying that they're freaking more influential than them. Hip hop came first. The fundamentals came first. Gangster rap and trap and all that shit came after that, right? So the people who remain to the core elements will always be fine. The trap artists are the ones that have to figure out what the hell to do. They got to figure out more BS to say that hopefully people will actually listen to and like. And as soon as they don't, they on to the next one. They don't have to be global artists because rap is an American sport. Okay, sure, that's cool. They don't have to be global artists because rap is an American sport. What a dumb mother. Listen, all right, you want to say that. Okay, so they're influential in their sound and they're influential in what they do over in America, right? But rappers that can take the genre to the global scales, like a Kendrick, Lamar, right, are past that. The culture is America. That is what it is. That's where it's from. That's where it's birthed. But guess what? When you transcend the culture and you carry it in the right way and embody it in the right way, you can take that to levels you never even imagined. I never thought we'd see a hip hop stadium tour with real hip hop in there. Stadiums. I was there in Toronto twice. So I could tell you that's influence. 100,000 people 2 nights is influence. Not a club that you performed at after dropping one hit that was in the club for 2 years. That's not influence. Trap artists could only really excel in their genre, in that small substance space, that space that they have. They can't go outside of that. They can't. That's trap music in a nutshell. Exactly. There ain't no good global rappers. No. Everybody in the comments here disagrees with the foolishness you're saying, brother. You are caping for artists that are not going to be known in 2-3 years. They'll be lucky if we even remember them. So stop talking. Trap doesn't have influence globally. And they could be the most influential in Atlanta, in the South, wherever the hell they are in the South. Whatever it is, they could be influential as hell. It don't matter. It's not transcending on a global stage or global stage. You are not influential as you think you are. And it's because these fans that listen to these rappers think like you. That's why their music ain't going to go anywhere, because you're not asking better from them. These people, then, bro. I swear, Drake is the greatest actor of all time. A Canadian cosplaying as an American rapper, UK drill rapper, Caribbean dancehall artist, etc. He's just an actor, nothing else. Yeah, you know, I always like dreamed how Drake. I always thought like in my head, like, okay, this is how Drake gets his music. They give him a script, and I always thought like the lyrics were like in a script format because that's what he's used to. He's like, okay, next verse, sickle mode, got it. All right, let's go. She's in love with who I am. Like that's how I feel like. That's how I feel like it really is, bro. Kendrick just had an international tour going crazy. I'm not gonna lie, as a trap producer, I'm sorry, bro. Trap is dead, bro. It is. We love. Okay, now I can't say everybody. I love me some good trap music, bro. Like I was in high school when Future was doing DS2 and Monster and all that, and the artist, the SoundCloud wave, at least the trap SoundCloud wave was going crazy, right? Even in Toronto, 2014 to 2016. Our musicians, we had a wave. There was something in the air just globally with the music at that time. But then come now, fast forward 9 years later, you're still caping like it's 2015, 16. It ain't that time no more. Trap is done, bro. Unless you have new artists to reinvent the sound, it's done. It is done. Drill made its way from Chicago to global clown. Every country damn near has a drill scene. Okay, and where are the drill artists? That is influence. I won't disagree with you like that, right? But where are the drill artists? Where are they on a global scale? Why isn't drill at the top of the charts? Why isn't drill the #1 leader of hip hop discussion? It's not. Matter of fact, drill is dead itself too. Ever since Pop Smoke died, drill died. So what are you talking about? You got Ice Spice now. That's the type of drill you want to cape for, man. All right. A lot of Drake stands aren't black. Yeah, unfortunately. And here's the thing. That is the case. But if you come to Toronto, unfortunately, a lot of them are black. And it really does piss me off. A lot of them are black. And they ride so hard for this guy. I've never seen like something like it before in my life, bro. It's crazy. NBA Youngboy bigger than Kendrick. Nah, he's not doing stadiums. I F with Youngboy though, but he's not doing stadiums. His rap voice isn't the same as his Bond form. No joke. I'd always thought that same thing. He raps like an actor. Yeah, exactly. To be honest, Drake's music's not bad, but he's so sensitive. You know, I said this. I like Drake's music before 2015. Go check out my channel when I do the big 3 ranking, right? I will redirect every Drake stan that thinks I hate this guy to that video where I talk about the honesty of how I perceive all their careers, like how I honestly perceive all of them. I will tell you, I listened to the Drake music before 2015. If that comes on, I won't stop it. But everything after that, I do not support at all. I just can't. I just did not like it. Just fell off for me. I outgrew his music, right? So I think his music now is bad, but his music wasn't always bad. The first pure 5 to 6 years of his career, I think that's where he made his best sound. He just plateaued, unfortunately. Rap is more than a sport. It's a Black American art form of expression that foreigners like me and Nambia can enjoy. I cried when I first listened to Pimp a Butterfly. I'm telling you. And that's what I'm saying. With respect to the culture, right? Like, you have to understand, when it is done right, this shit can really go global and really actually impact people in a way you wouldn't even understand, right? We're foreigners too, technically. We're in Canada, right? When To Pimp a But not even when Good Kid, Mad City dropped, that shit was everywhere. Everybody was playing Swimming Pools. Everybody was playing Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Poetic Justice. It was everywhere. And that changed the sound, right? People realize I got to up my, and then a year later, he does the same thing with a song in Control, upped it again. Then did it again with To Pimp a Butterfly, changed the genre again, because now the expectation, people want to come on that Black Power stuff now. They want to speak on injustices in a major way in the modern time now because of that album. There you go, right? He laid the blueprint. Then he goes and does Damn, his most commercial album, right? How you let a conscious rapper go commercial while only making conscious rap albums? Come on, right? And then Mr. Morale, which you could say is his lowest selling, I think, right? But in my opinion, long term, might age as his best album and his most important album. All the people that were making fun of Mr. Morale now, I know people personally from Toronto that go very hard for Drake, right? And have miserable lives. I'm not saying that's everybody that does that, but I know people that go super hard for Drake, like stand wise. They're in the comments doing foolishness. I know people like that personally that do that, right? And they don't live good lives, right? So I think that's just a testament to the mentality, what has happened, right? With the music, what has gone with the sound, what people want to embody, and it's the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? When I heard albums like that, Mr. Morale, To Pimp a Butterfly for the first time, mind blown, transcended, opened my mind to things, had me start questioning things I never thought I would. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. It's a beautiful thing. Rap is a beautiful thing. And when people turn into this foolishness, it just kind of pisses me off. Drake's rap voice is a real life Bob from Accounting Ass voice are two different voices. That's crazy. Have you actually turned into other drill scenes in other countries? You actually sound like a fool saying these other countries haven't been influenced by drill and trap. I never said that. I said there's other countries that listen to drill. I don't really care to listen to drill music, and other people don't either. It's only people who like drill. That's not influence. The influence to go to other countries is there. I won't negate that. And I said that. That in itself is influential because it has transcended to other places. But what has it done? Drill is dead. You're telling me drill is alive and well right now? It's dead, bro. You sound like a fool. And you prove yourself a fool with every breath you take. You might as well stop. Golden Trap days were 2014 to 2019. That's it. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely. Kendrick is done. No, he's just getting started. Bro, drill is dead too, just so you know, Heels. Thug is twerking, man. Yeah, he pretty much is. I don't like all this stuff, man. Trap, mumble, and drill aren't trending anymore. It's not. He wanted to derail a conversation about authenticity, and it worked for him. A lot of Kendrick fans ain't from the South. The South carries hip hop. I mean, I can't speak on the South, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta tell me who's coming from the South. Shouldn't the whole world know who is from the South? I know Beyonce's from the South, right? Houston, right? So what rappers are from the South right now doing stadiums or have hits on the charts right now, right? Or the topic of conversation. Seems like all the trap artists are in the topic of conversation for the wrong reasons. The streets of Atlanta are more influenced by thug than rap music. Okay, and that's cool. I can't speak on that, right? But now look where it's gotten Atlanta. Like y'all have to now speak on the type of influence that these artists from the South or Atlanta and these places have, because it doesn't look too good. So you could have put many people on, you could have had many people inspired by our music, but what does it represent? Nothing good. Yeah, it is imploding. Like, come on, bro. Where are my mods, bro? Yo, where are my mods? This is crazy. Oh, I gotta get ready too. Hold on, I gotta just check something real quick. Y'all give me a second. I was supposed to be in the city an hour ago. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I have to leave just now. Let's see real quick. Okay. All right. Well, honestly, guys, I'm gonna have to cut. I should have been out of here, to be honest. Another thing, I'm just gonna read your comments real quick. Little Baby fell off from his run a few years ago. The thug can't even rap about what they've been rapping about. Yeah. I've never seen Kendrick be a part of any political campaign. Yeah, that's true. It's only a matter of time before we get a leak tape of Thug going off on Drake. I said that at the beginning of the live. I think it's gonna happen. It might have already been happening. Y'all gotta let me know. I haven't checked Twitter since this video came out, so there could be other shit. Section 80 has songs that still make me cry. Even K-Dot Project touches my heart. Literally. Kendrick and Dorothy are both propped up to be political rappers. All right, bro. Just honestly, bro. They're bragging about being inspired by drill, sell drugs, get addicted, or die so they can be content. Yeah, honestly, bro, the heels have eyes guy. You might be the dumbest person that's ever come in my lives. Out of all the lives I've done. Just because you're just so on this, trap is influential, it's better. The South, we've influenced everything bigger than hip-hop. Trap and people dying and doing drugs and just, listening to stupidness is influential. You just sound like an idiot. And you sound like you work for the CIA. It's either you're an idiot or you work for the CIA. Either way, you're an idiot and you're an enemy. And I don't want to hear you talk no more, bro. I don't like people who say these type of things and then they want to say you're not built for these type of conversations. You're entitled, blah, 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 this and that. No, you're just immature. You read at a 4th grade math level. Your comprehension, it's not clocking. It's not clocking. Is that what Bieber said? Is it not clocking? Yo, like, it really isn't. You're not processing this, right? Because you're in denial, right? You want to cape for these trap artists. Well, guess what? I hope you follow the trap influence, right? It ain't going to lead you to anywhere nice. There's only 2 places they're going to lead you, and I don't have to tell you that. All right, so I do appreciate every single one of you guys pulling up to this live. I promise the next one I do, I'm going to have the mods in here. I don't know where my mods are at. I'm going to have to message you people because I'm like, yo. But I appreciate you guys, right? I do appreciate you guys. Wait, hold on. You from Canada. I'm a Black American. I'll put you under the table, boy. Hold on. First of all, don't call me no boy. Second of all, I don't care where you're from. You're an idiot. You're a dumbass in every regard possible, right? You live a miserable life most likely because you're still in here talking down. And I know more than you, despite me being from Canada. I can confidently say that. I know way more than you ever did. It don't matter where the hell you are, right? You can be a dumbass in any country, in any state. And you are. All right? So let's stop this shit, bro. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Tap into any future lives and things I got going on. If there is more news about this, I'll probably go live again, to be honest. But I gotta head to the city. I gotta pick up some shit. If there is more shit tonight or like while I'm gone, we'll react to it again, right? So let's see what happened. Wait, hold on. What is this? You giving too much attention to him? I know. My bad. Honestly, my mods would be on his ass, bro, but they ain't here. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But no, every single one of you that tapped in, even if you're a dumbass like the Heels Have Eyes guy, I appreciate you, right? Because you pushed the engagement. You really supported. This might be the most comments I've ever had in a live. So thank you so much. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. All right. Enjoy the weather. If it's warm where you're at, and if it's not, I understand. All right. So you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to stay blessed, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to have some more content coming just now. And I will have a breakdown of the next video should be my breakdown of Not Like Us, Family Matters, Meet the Grams. I'm continuing my 1 year later breakdown series of the beef. So if you haven't already checked out the Euphoria 616 breakdowns, check them out. They're there. But I will have that coming up, and then I'll watch the Party Die breakdown. That is kind of the agenda for the next couple of weeks. So you guys stay tuned. I do appreciate you guys all. Have a wonderful day. Stay up, stay blessed, stay tuned, and stay positive. Y'all have a good one.